Are we ready? Something very, very different today. We did have a guest booked, but unfortunately, due to in real life issues, he has had to stop momentarily, so he won't be on our podcast. So we've decided that we're going to do something a little bit different. Instead of doing it over on the Sweet and Spicy channel, we're going to do it on my YouTube and also over on Gramps' YouTube channel, so you can watch it on both places, and it will be your guys' chance to join in if you're in the Discord, bring up some topics, some questions, whatever you're after. We're here.
This is a little different. This kind of feels weird because we have two different channels going right now. But we have
lots to keep up with.
We've got good old Gramps, Dr. Legend, and then your one and only Chloe, Space Girl.
Hey guys. And you can't all moan at me anymore about a face cam because it's officially on this channel. Look.
That's true.
I can hear myself.
True. Yeah, same. I think I got it.
Okay.
Anyway, that was weird.
Anywho.
Yeah. Weird. So, obviously you guys all heard there were some issues. We had some issues with Frank. Unfortunately, he's got some things going on, but we wish him the best. Hopefully everything's good. And we'll get him on a future episode because I know you guys are all looking forward to that. But we're going to do something even better. We're going on tour, guys. We're officially going on tour.
Here we are.
What that means is that if you look at my, well, you're going to have to look at my screen to see it. But if you go to my screen, there's a bunch of you in waiting room right now waiting to get in and talk to us. And we're going to get you in there.
Look.
Basically, I'm going to tell you guys how it's going to go down first. So that way you guys are prepared for it. But if you're in waiting room, guys, be patient. We have two people in there right now. We have Amar, who's an admin, and we have our wonderful producer Beckham as well.
Yes, he is.
They're going to be. Yes, he is. They're going to actually be leaving the channel, going to podcast queue here in a second, and basically pulling everybody up one by one. And we'll start with getting one person in, and then getting a topic, which I think they already put Battery in. Go figure. Unless he put himself in because he's a mod in the Discord, so he may have done that, using his own powers. But when you guys get to podcast queue, you will get a pre-screen. Make sure you have your mic on and working. It doesn't have to be the best mic in the world, obviously. But we do want to make sure you are make sure you do actually have a mic, so that way you don't come on here and it's just not awkward
Just
silence.
silence.
Yeah, so we'll get you guys in here. Don't worry, guys. Just when you get into podcast queue, like I said, pre-screen, they'll just ask you what you guys want to talk about. They'll talk to you a little bit, and then just make sure you have a good mic, and then we'll pull you up as that goes on. If you guys want, put music in the waiting room. If you guys want to chill and listen to some music while you wait, so it's not awkward silence. I'm pretty sure everyone's talking in there.
They're not getting to know each other without us.
Exactly. Don't bother Griff. I just saw Griff walk in there, so don't all go crazy and start screaming Griff.
We're fanboying over Griff.
Yeah, I know.
He's just wandered in by accident, and he's like, "What the fuck?"
So we'll go there. So if Beckham and Amar, if you guys want to go to podcast queue, and then we'll start pulling in. I'm actually gonna get this person out of waiting room because I know that they're probably not gonna want to sit there for too long. So I'm gonna actually start. We're gonna bring in. And if you guys wanted to put on a cam, which I don't know if the settings are set of that. I have to check the settings. I don't think the perms are on it, but I'm gonna change it so you guys can put on your cams. If
hey,
you
Britt,
want to.
how you doing?
Up to you. Keep in mind, I know normally we're 18 and older, but this is on our actual other channels, so do keep it a little bit clean.
Nothing too explicit, please, guys.
Yes,
we've only just got monetized. We don't need demonetizing already.
Yeah. So just make sure we keep it a little bit in. But I'm gonna go ahead and actually pull the first guest in. I'm actually gonna pull in Griff, just because I know Griff's got a busy schedule. And before
he just wants to come and sit and have the same mic as me. Like, he wants to show off that I copied him.
Which he hasn't helped you set up your channels yet.
No, he hasn't.
So you're gonna get called out on that. So if you want to continue to get called on that, just be prepared for that because that's happening.
We'll do it right here, right
now.
But
here we go. Griff, you're coming in. What's up, my guy?
Yo. Oh.
Hey,
what's up?
Hello.
Yeah, you're first.
How are we?
Good. Feel free to turn your camera on if you want.
Thank you for the 50.
Guys, make sure to smash that sub button and make sure to get in the Discord for the question.
Getting used to. How are you both? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm really good. Birthday weekend. It's my birthday on Saturday. And
yeah, it was Griff's
nice
birthday.
And stuff.
If you guys haven't wished Griff a happy birthday, make sure you guys wish him a happy belated birthday. He did a good old birthday stream. Got to be a part of it. It was fun.
Yes,
so
it was very good. It was very good. Yeah, I mean, I was told I was getting in the queue, and now I'm here.
So you don't have to think of anything.
No, I was gonna ask you both because obviously, Chloe, you've started on Redline now, and Graham, you've been around a while. And I was just gonna talk to you guys about current state, who you enjoy, like basically turning some of the questions around on you guys that you asked me. Who are you guys enjoying? What do you think needs to change in Redline?
Everything.
What do you like? What do you dislike? And that sort of stuff. So I guess Chloe, you've obviously been in a couple of weeks now. So what are you enjoying the most, and what are you enjoying the least? I guess.
Oh, Doc knows this. I do spend a lot of nights bitching to him. I'm not gonna lie. I think for me the biggest thing is obviously they removed the requirement to have a set amount of hours to join the server. So I joined with no GTA RP experience at all. And I did kind of feel a little bit sort of thrown in at the deep end. There wasn't kind of anybody willing to sort of show you around, explain, this is a closed shop, this is where you need to go and set your character up, this is where you get a phone from. It was kind of just, here you go, don't fuck up. So that was kind of my thing. You mentioned if I could change something, that'd be the thing, kind of like little city tour guides, I guess. But I'm really enjoying the passive stuff because obviously I don't have perms. I can't really do anything other than that. But I'm enjoying sort of getting off-road, meeting people. Definitely the community for me is the best part of Redline. I've made some good friends. Bought some cars that I don't really drive because I hate driving. But yeah, I like doing EMS.
So you EMS now?
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I am.
And Gramps, obviously been around longer. What are you enjoying at the minute, the most and the least?
I mean, the biggest thing for me is just like everything. We talked about this before. The ability of what you can do, what you cannot do, what's considered too extreme, what's considered not too extreme. The mechanics of it all, we talked about. So here's the thing: we get 4 perms a month, right? As senior members, to do crazy stuff, and you want to save it to do like the right stuff because you don't know what else you might think of. But there's so much things that like, I can think of that I want to do, but it's like I don't have enough perms for it, right? It's like picking and choosing takes so much time to like what you want to utilize. So that's what the downside for me is on it. But in terms of honestly, what I'm enjoying more right now has actually been PD. It's weird. If you guys haven't noticed, Grams has not been around in the city. Part of it is obviously I was at the wedding, so I did have a sore throat when I left. I just realized
he was very croaky.
Do that. Anyway,
did you just expose yourself there?
I was looking up thinking I just realized this is what I'm sharing. So anyway, no, it's for me it's the biggest thing is I've been enjoying PD more. I did get into MU, which is biker cop. So I think I'm gonna do a little bit more of that. Obviously, as you know, biker cop content scenes, it's definitely gonna draw attention because of the fact that I'm probably targeted, especially by elite and all them, because that's what they like to do. But I'll be bringing Grams back into it. I think I'm just recovering my voice a little bit still, day by day. And then actually, me and Chloe have something planned that we're working on that I think will be. I'm excited for actually. We started recording it yesterday, so we're gonna finish it up today to get you the first episode, hopefully in the next few days or so, to get you something to see. I'll get you a little sneak peek of what we have coming up.
I think another thing that annoys me is some people's not want to RP, I think is how I would describe it. Obviously, everyone's kind of opinion on what to RP sort of differs, but generally when I'm live, and it can get so awkward when you're live streaming and you've got people sat there calling other people out because they're watching it and people just are not role playing or aren't being realistic in what they're doing, and you're kind of sat there like, oh, this looks so bad because I'm trying to do something, and you know, people aren't RPing it or they're not being realistic with what they're doing. So that's probably one of my other things. But you know, you can't make people do something they're not wanting to do.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's super interesting. So just two things on those 2 points from both of you. Gramps, I've just checked our DM. That's why I DM'd you. Literally, what was it? 4 weeks ago, we had a conversation about PD, and you weren't enjoying it. So it's really good to see. I have noticed you on duty a lot more, and it's really good to see that that's turned around and you are enjoying it now. And the MU thing, I'm gutted that I missed the applications for that, because obviously I've had the setback, which a lot of my viewers are aware of.
The interceptor,
which is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard, man. Give somebody a bit of power and this is what happens, but it is what it is. I'll be wearing a highlighter vest forever, so whatever. I've come to terms with that now.
I've missed something there.
Oh, you have? So I started my Redline journey just over a year ago. Pretty much instantly became PD. Got high speed interceptor Mustang driver just over, it was 10 months ago now. And then at the start, like 2 months ago, Daniel decided to demote me to a sergeant that is now a junior. It was trainee at the time, and I was fuming. So now I have to wear a highlighter vest uniform, and I'm not allowed to drive the Mustang, which is what it is. Like I'll be kept that. It'll be that way forever, but whatever. So just silly little politics like that just pisses me off a bit. But the MU thing, like if I next time I see the apps, I'm going to move I'm not going to move. I'm going to apply, because I think the MU thing could be a lot of fun. And looking at the people that are involved, yourself and Sassy. Bob's in there. There's loads of cool people in there now. Yeah,
and the nice thing with MU is, you know, how you have to do the ratio works with the state interceptors versus transport. With us, we could do 2 MUs, just 1 patrol if you want to. So you could actually patrol with somebody. So like if you and me were on MU and we wanted to patrol together, we would only take up 1 slot versus.
Yeah,
that's good.
You know what I'm saying? So that's the nice thing. So you can actually not get bored on those like boring times when it's slower.
Yeah, you can get towards each other and not get shouted at for being too close to each other in cars.
Exactly. And then obviously being more involved in stuff with the high speeds. So it's definitely.
Your time on duty will go faster as well if you can have a bit of a chat while you're doing it. Because obviously, you know, in real life, you don't just sit on your own at work, do you? The police guys don't just sit and ignore their colleagues; they'd be chatting.
Right.
So yeah, it'd be good for you guys. I bet your shifts will go a lot quicker if you can, like you said, go on a patrol together.
100%.
I like that. And then Chloe, on your point with the no RP and the streaming thing, I've actually over the last 2 weeks done a really I've been told it's interesting. I think it's interesting. I did a win mentality almost test where I went on as a criminal for a few streams, and we were basically testing how it's a big thing in the Redline Discord about how PD always want to win.
Yeah.
And I went on as a criminal and did loads of stuff with PD. And of all the scenes I had, I only had one that I kind of looked at and thought was shit. We had like scenes where we were doing like reverse car chases and stuff. Like we were in a shit Chinese car, and the police agreed to reverse chase after us. We had other scenes where we took like 6 Chinese cars in a row and they were just letting us do it. They could have tased, they could have ended it at any point, and they let us do it. And then you go on as a cop, and the lack of intent for people to RP at the minute is mind blowing from a criminal perspective. Like just jumping in the fastest cars and just shooting you for absolutely no reason, and also outside of the normal, outside of the big content stuff.
Yeah,
it's just mind blowing. And we had a situation on stream the other night where I, unfortunately, was a cop, and I predicted we had to 22, which means we gave up chasing our first 4 cars. We just 22'd them because they just went straight off road or whatever. And of the first 5 scenes we had, I predicted exactly what was going to happen, what vehicle they were using, and the route that they're going to go down, to end the thing. And it just becomes so repetitive, and that's one thing that I've been noticing more and more recently.
And that's the one thing I'll tell you of being on duty, obviously not being on the criminal side of things. Jason told me, he's like, isn't it a little more, he's like, it's more chill and stuff. I'm like, it is, but I'm like, look at the type of criminals we get. I'm like, I feel so fucking bad. I'm like, we deal with, just the stupidity of it, where it's just rob a bank and then go down Interstate 1 and you're gone.
Or just
like it's so boring. And I'm like, at least I get it now, where like why cops don't, like, when like something like me and Jason do crime, it's different because we use a Kuruma, or we use something that's not going to be a freaking, we're not trying to use a 200 mile per hour car. We're using something that's 170, 180. That's going to be easily for state, is easily mid grounds for state and regular patrol to keep up with those. And I'm like, wow, dude, it's crazy how, you see it from this side when you don't have quality criminals on the streets. It's sad to say it, but it's the truth. You don't have quality criminals anymore.
I think that's a lot of why I don't do anything crime related, because I wouldn't know how to do it justice. So it's like, why bother? Because I'd just make it look shit, and then it doesn't look realistic.
I don't know. I think that'd be part of the fun, like the watching you try and get away in just an average
fucking
car
drive in a straight line.
Exactly, that's kind of the point of it. And then there'd be like a foot chase and stuff. Whereas what me and Grump see on Cop is people just either getting we had a track hawk, man. No, the other day we had an aerial atom. So the Chinese aerial atom, which is a track car. It's like a small, really like. This person assumed it was off road, left the store and just sent it up the side of a mountain, like almost vertical, like that kind of thing. Or hitting Interstate 1 in a 300 mile an hour car. It's pretty pathetic, really. But watching you try and get away from a scene would actually, I think, be quite entertaining. And if you're not going to rock up in a ridiculous car, and the cops are going to, be more lenient with how you're treated, than they would if it was somebody else. Like with me, like I'll either, if someone is doing something like a Lamborghini SVJ in a 24/7, I'll either pit them into a wall straight away to end it and then give them max time, or I'll just let them go, because it's either way. There's no other
way, is there though?
Yeah, no, you either end it instantly, or they're on Interstate 1 and they've gone. But it's just so dead. But like when you're doing if you were to go and do your criminal stuff using random cars or bikes or whatever, I think that would be more entertaining than 90% of what me and Gramps see as PD right now. Especially because a lot of the criminals that do like the more creative stuff are PD. So as soon as all the creative criminals are then doing PD, you're just left with all the shit criminals that just send it.
Yeah. How do you find with like people's attitude to PD as well when they're not on duty, or just random people in the server's attitude to PD?
I find it varies. I had one. I'm pretty sure Elite dealt with it instantly, and this kid got yeeted out of the server straight away.
He's here now.
Yeah. Who is he? Hey, babe. There he is. Oh, yeah.
Hey, pal.
He we had one guy that was just an absolute idiot. But it's quite rare for that to happen. But I think there's almost a little bit of it's not meta. There's a little bit I don't know what it is, but people obviously know that I do both, and I've been around a while now, so people will definitely treat me differently to how they would treat somebody that they don't necessarily like, or that they don't know, or that's brand new. So I think I can be more lenient and have more of a laugh and a joke on PD than someone that's brand new to Redline would do. I guess that's just because I know how far I can push it, and they know how far they can push me before they get shot in the head.
Yeah, I seem to see just so many people just being generally little shits to PD. And I don't know if I'm just expecting too much, or if I'm just expected Redline to be not what it is. And I kind of just sit there and I'll say to my stream and that, I'm like, I would never actually talk to a police officer like that. And if they're not in my head, if their character isn't, a crime person, or isn't, it's just a bog standard normal person, would they be talking to a police officer like that? Would they be resisting arrest 24/7? I just...
Oh, no. These are a bunch of 17, 18-year-old kids that will get their head slammed on the pavement and then accidentally get a fucking head hit on the car going into the back of the car. That's the type of shit this is. It's all talk. A lot of these people that talk like that to PD, and I've seen it, especially the trainees and stuff like that. They'll treat like crap. These are people that if you realistically called them out and went face to face with them, these would be the ones that would hide. It's because they're behind a keyboard.
That's one thing that we've spoken about. If ever there was, there are a lot of mini mods, or whatever you want to call them. A lot of people that act like the big man on Redline, and maybe have a little bit too much power.
Yeah.
And they use that to put. I'll let you little sticker on your microphone by there. That's cool.
I've got one this side too. Look. Wait. Hold up.
Sick. Yeah, that's cool. I haven't decorated mine, but we've got twinning microphones. It's cool. Yeah. But yeah, no, there are a lot of kids like that almost abuse that, the power or their position in PD to put other people down. But then you can guarantee that if they were face to face with me, or they wouldn't be, we'd have a big Redline meet, and they'd be the ones sat in the corner or not turning up, or finding an excuse not to turn up, and they'd get some of them. I mean, a lot of people will. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't name names, but there are people that would just get instantly knocked out if they said the shit that they say in Redline to 100%. People like me and Gramps in real life. It'd be quite funny.
100%.
Yeah, I think majority of us know who. Some things you don't need to say names, do you?
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple, but yeah, there's some main ones, and that they're the kids that would never say anything to anybody IRL. Let alone keyboard warriors hidden behind a microphone. That's what it is.
Yeah, no, it is. I know we had a guy who, I didn't know who they were, never met in game, and they came up to me and were just horrible. Literally, were just effing and blinding at me, shouting at me, and I was like, "What the fuck? Who are you?" And then luckily Gramps was on the server then, so he took over and the kid got killed. But
mate, I was gonna say you and Ricky should meet and build a relationship, and then if anyone says anything to you, I'll just dome them for being a dickhead. I just
get sad. I'm like, why are you being nasty to me? I didn't even talk to you.
Oh, it's in character. Well, I mean, sometimes it's not, but there are people like Mac. I've done it a few times for Mac where she had an issue and random lads would just treat you. It's a gaming thing, isn't it? Let's face it, women are treated completely differently to men.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't be the case, but in Redline, I went through a period where Ricky would just go around with the girls, and if anybody said anything inappropriate, I'd just shoot them in the head. In fact, I actually had a robbery where one of the hostages, it was so Storm, I think we took 5 people hostage, and I didn't need 5 hostages, which was good, because we're in the back of the bank. We tell them to go to the front. Storm complies. She goes and surrenders at the front of the thing, and then I can't remember who it was. One of these guys said, "Oh, the shocker, the woman's the first one on her knees or something," and I was like, "Yo, who the fuck just said that?"
Yeah.
And we had 5 hostages, and really fucking quickly we had 4. I just domed him in the head, and he was dead for what he said to what he said to her. But yeah, no, Ricky's got you back. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, a lot of it is just character. But when you've never met somebody and they literally just come up to you and start hurling abuse at you, and you're like, "The fuck! I literally just walked across the road. What are you doing?"
Yeah, I mean, the problem you've got was sat on your right shoulder a second ago, like because of your link to Elite and all the fanboys somehow managed to get into Redline. You will, unfortunately, be exposed to more shit than normal people.
Yeah,
but it still shouldn't be the case, and I'd still dome anybody that says anything inappropriate.
I'm gonna find Ricky Raccoon when he's around.
I think that's the biggest thing I've noticed is like when I'm on duty, no one knows it's Gramps, right? So no one knows Dr. Legend anymore because I changed the name, the branding, and everything. So Dr. Legend kind of fell off, unless you're an original back in the day, first time, like you don't know Doc, and I think that's why, like, a lot of people will talk shit to you, and then until they find out, like, oh shit, that's Gramps. Like, and then it's like, oh fuck, okay, never mind. Like the attitude just changes. It's like, why are you changing your attitude now? So it becomes very funny to see that too.
Well, yeah, that happened last night, didn't it? I got pulled over with one of my new characters, and I got pulled over, and you were coming past on a bike, and they were like, "Get away, step back," and you spoke, and they were like, "Oh, okay, sorry." You didn't even have to finish your sentence. You literally, they just heard your voice and was like, "Okay, sorry." So yeah.
Yeah, no, it's kind of weird. But...
Yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, I've got 20 minutes before Love Island.
Oh God!
And yeah, and you guys, everyone keeps asking me why my stream gets put back to 10 o'clock every weekday, and I mean that's definitely not the reason. But and you guys have got a podcast queue full of people, so grab somebody in. As always, it's a pleasure talking to you both.
Thank you very much.
So we'll have to bump into each other, and Gramps, we play every day, so I will I'll leave you guys to it. Thank you for having me, and I'll see you guys.
Catch you
again. All right, thanks for joining.
See you guys. Bye.
All right, well,
as if he's watching Love Island. Do any of you people watch it? It's absolute dog shit. Yeah, see, even the comments here are shocked. I hate it.
Oh, I've never watched it. I don't really have time for reality TV.
It's not reality. There's nothing real about it.
Yeah, guys, make sure you join the Discord. If you, Mar just posted the link. Check out Chloe's channel too. If you haven't, so you can see her point of view. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. It's just a little different. You can mind, you'll see all the people in the waiting room just because I have to drag them in. But hers, you'll see the full screen of it.
We can peekaboo at them.
Yeah, exactly. And then yeah, make sure that's the Discord link that Amar just posted. So make sure you guys join the Discord, so that way you guys can go ahead and get access to join the waiting room if you want to speak about stuff. So moving forward,
we got next?
We got. Let's see. Let's pull in the original first person that was brought in here. So which we Mr. Battery. Let's not talk about batteries though, please.
Oh, and he ain't got his camera on. I'm disappointed.
No camera?
No, not yet.
No?
Not yet.
Nobody, you don't want to show the people behind the scenes of what
batteries
do to you? What consuming battery acid does to you?
A good deterrent for all these kids.
It's not good.
He's got no teeth. Right. He's got 3 hairs that come out the middle of his forehead.
That's just because he's Canadian.
This is lies.
That's just the maple syrup's rotted his teeth.
That's just the maple syrup.
Yeah, I've been drinking too much maple syrup there.
Maple syrup, no teeth. All right, Mr. Battery Boy, what are we talking about other than fucking batteries?
When did you guys first meet there?
Like
as friends?
September?
September? Yeah, September.
Yeah.
It's been less than a year, but it feels like it's been like 10 years.
It's been my whole life.
I think we know too much about each other where it's like you know way too much about someone that... So if you meet someone and you know them less than a year, I think in the first 4 months we knew way too much about each other for only meeting each other for 4 months. But I think it's just because we connected right away. We just, I mean, once again, I mean... Do I want to? I'm not gonna spill anything on this channel because it's a different. Obviously, this is a different channel. But if it was the podcast, I probably would have said it. There was just some people that we were very
cautious of.
This is when Chloe's Discord originally started. It was at that time. What was it called? Space Girl. It was just Space Girl. No, it was
Space Girl. Yeah. Then it was Space Prime. Then it's Sweet and Spicy.
Space.
Yeah. So the Space Girl originally, it was brand new. It was, I think there was only like 30, 40 members when I joined. And then I joined originally, and we just talked, and then
we chatted a bit in Elites, hadn't we? Because you were no fucks given then, and I'd said something to you, and I was like, you'd made a comment about something, and I remember replying to your message and being like, oh my god, somebody who's got a mature point of view, because I think I was arguing with a bunch of 5-year-olds at that point.
Yeah, I think that's when we talked, and then when I came in there, we started talking, and then I got mod in the channel, I think, and then like the next day I was made like head mod, or no, I was mod, and everybody else would move to trial mod or something, because we had the first gaming event or something after that, which we did, which everybody was a part of. It was Elite, and like all the Redline people were in it. This is before I was in Redline, and then I was made admin a little bit after that, but maybe about a week after that, and then I think that's when we started talking more and more, because we were talking about the growth of the channel, how we were going to grow it, and then we were playing Splitgate. And then we had obviously people that we questioned, and they're in.
So basically, I'm going to name drop. So what happened was there was a guy called what was his name originally? Officer Canup, and then he became Cornfed Gaming, who was a part of Redline. I don't know if he still is. There was some questionable stuff that he'd said in the channel, and with me being English and him being American, I was then kind of had built a bit of a trusting relationship with Doc by this point. So I went to him to kind of back up what he'd said, and was like, oh, is that really, like what, for example, fire trucks look like over there? Is that really how this works and that works? And he was kind of like my translator, I guess, for American culture to English, to kind
I'm
of.
Canadian.
Okay. Sorry about that. What do you want me to do? Buy your plane ticket? So yeah, it was basically, there was somebody we didn't trust that said a lot of shit, and we were just kind of each other's backup, and we would kind of cross-reference things that were said to both of us that were completely different stories. So like he'd come to me and tell me one thing, and go to Doc and tell him something different, and we'd be like, well, he told me this, well, he told me that. So yeah, we built our friendship on being lied to. Yeah.
And I have a second question. Say you grew overnight, you became like the best YouTuber or something like that. Would you keep doing it like as a job, a full-time job? Both you and Doc?
What do you mean?
So like, say you grew overnight, you got like 100,000 subscribers. Would you like keep doing what you're doing? Like, oh, man, it's hard to word it.
Would we turn this into a full-time job, is what you're asking?
Would you turn it into a full-time job? Yeah.
I mean, it pretty much is for me anyway. Just very badly paid job, but yeah. Yeah, no, definitely.
It's a little difficult for me, because obviously of what my nature is and what I would do, it won't let me. Hold on one second.
Just remember your screen sharing.
I know. This is in the chat. Someone said they can't join the Discord, so I just have them more sorted.
Okay.
But essentially, it's tough. It's not about, for me, it's not about the money. I do have fun doing YouTube. I 100% do. Obviously my focus is more on the podcast than it is really on my own channel. But I do want to start focusing more on my channel, and that's coming, obviously. I think I would maybe go part-time in both.
So like half and half type thing.
Pretty much. Maybe like half of what I do, and then half of focusing between the two channels. So like Sunday obviously is podcast day. For me, that's my primary. That's the only thing I focus on. Obviously, other than maybe possibly recording for the other channel, but there's no editing for the other channel. There's nothing being done for the other channel. More than likely not going to stream unless there's time, which there may be here and there. But the focus is, maybe 1 or 2 videos a week, along with the other job. If it got to a point where I was making so much, if it got to ever a point where it's like, okay, I have so much subscriptions that now I'm getting super tied up into it, possibly. I don't know. It's hard for me to say because of, like I said, it comes down to I love both jobs. I can't, it's not like I do the other job. Yeah, does it have good money? Yeah, of course. But it's also a job that you have an opportunity to impact others' lives significantly, probably more than you do in YouTube. I mean, YouTube, you can emotionally support someone, but to physically support someone or physically give someone the opportunity to live a better life, it's to give that away is very difficult. So I don't know. I that's something that I would have to come to terms with, I guess, if the time came. But realistically, I would probably say half and half.
Well, that's all the questions I have. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. Fucking idiot. I love him.
Batteries. That's all I have to say.
All right. Well, then, if that's all you have, we'll
Piss
go
off.
to the next person.
I mean, love you. Bye.
Okay.
Bye. All right.
1 minute. Let me just catch up with the chat here in a second. I don't know what's going on. I will not make out. I am out of batteries and I lost my charger, so I won't make it. I don't know what you mean, Tay. I'm afraid. You're gonna do something crazy, are you? What are you gonna do? Right, yeah, no, there's not much going on. As you were, who's the next person?
All right. Let's pull in.
Jamie.
This is awesome. Hello, Chloe.
Thank you for the $100. You shouldn't have done that. Oof, big time. That was 200 so far from him in like 3 days.
200, huh?
Jamie. You better be in that waiting room so we can tell him off. Thank you.
Let's go. Why is it not letting me move them? All right.
I know who this one is.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh.
Hi.
Hi, Chloe. Hi, Gramps.
Hi.
I was doing a drum roll to see who was next, and it was me. I thought it would be Cullen, but
It's you.
I guess it's me.
I just went down whoever was the
it's me.
closest to grab.
Gramps, you're very good looking, can't lie. Gramps, you're
Thank
very
you.
good looking.
Thank you.
Very
Thank
good
you. I
looking.
appreciate that.
I appreciate it. And also, Chloe, I like that teddy of yours.
Thanks. It was my Valentine's Day present.
Oh, go on, Ellie. Ellie is a gentleman, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
But I think I have a better teddy, can't I?
Do you? Why? What is it?
I got a baby Yoda.
Are we going to have a teddy off? Wait there, 1 minute.
I will try and send it you into the chat. Where's my phone?
Sorry,
I've got a
guys.
baby.
But do you have an avocado that says "Let's avo cuddle" on it? Because I
Okay, let
do.
me find it.
So I win. And do you have a turtle?
Yeah, I have
A
couple
turtle
of
that's
questions.
happy and
Oh,
a sad
turtle?
turtle. Look. Is it an angry turtle or is it a happy turtle?
You have one of them. That's not fair.
I win.
Right, come on, that's not fair.
I win.
No, I have no. I'll show you.
That's just the ones I've
Tyrell.
got in reach.
I will
trust
show
me.
you. I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Okay, where are you putting it?
I will show you right now who I'm talking about. Where is he? Camera roll. Check in gallery. That's what I call a teddy bear. That is what I call a teddy bear.
Yeah, no,
Sorry,
I
guys, I
win.
have
You
to
cannot
move my
argue with me.
screen now.
That's the teddy bear.
Guys,
I win.
guys,
That's
come
the
on,
teddy
chat.
bear.
What do you
Come on,
reckon?
that's the teddy bear.
Do I win or does he win? I think I win personally.
Nah. Let's see what the chat says.
Yeah, I've already
Let's
won.
see what the
I've
chat
already
says.
won, but don't worry about it.
Oh, did he show his on stream? Did you go on video?
Yeah, no,
Nah,
I
it's in gallery.
pulled the picture up. Yeah, look, Chloe wins. Yuck. I
No.
win.
Come on, guys.
Yeah,
I win.
I
Come
win.
on. I
Yeah,
win.
look, everyone's saying it.
This is rigged.
So this
Nah,
is.
do a
I've
poll.
got,
No,
just
do a
1
poll.
minute.
Do
They
a
need
poll,
to. So I've got an avocado that says "Let's avo cuddle" on it. Look, isn't that cute? And then I've got a turtle that's a happy turtle and a sad turtle. So Elite knows when he can come near me and when he can't. And then we've got the ginormous teddy bear too. I win.
Oh, come on.
Oh, Griff's posted his teddy bear too. I've also got a giant turtle somewhere as well, like a huge turtle. Oh, Griff wins. Griff wins.
That's a cute dog, can't I? That's a very cute dog.
He's won.
Yeah, Griff wins.
I don't know if I can get to our chat and pull up the picture I sent you earlier without exposing anything. There we go. Look at my teddy bear. I win.
Rip.
This is not fair. I think I have a better teddy bear.
Have you got any questions or topics?
I clearly do. I clearly.
Is that why you came on?
He just wanted to tell you that you're good looking and he likes my teddy bear.
Apparently.
Mm.
So, topic?
I think he's crashed.
All right, I'm going to move on then. Join waiting room if you come up with
shit
something. All right, next up, we got Caden.
Hi.
Hello. How's it going?
Good
Caden?
talk.
Caden. All right. Next we have Callum.
Come on, Callum, don't let me down. No, Callum's generally always wrong, so let's see if he can say something correct here.
Oh God, thank you. So, I have two questions. Hello, Doc. Hello, Chloe.
Hello.
So my first question is there anyone that like you're inspired by or you look up to?
In life?
It could be. It's kind of like for YouTube and life. It's kind of like. Is there anyone that like you is like an inspiration for you?
No. Like, my mum inspires me. I think she's amazing and she's such a strong woman. But in terms of, like, creativity-wise, no. I don't think so.
What about you, Doc?
My inspiration is myself.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
I feel like that's the first question that's been asked. So,
what?
Well, I just want.
Well, no, my inspiration is myself because when I wake up, I look in the mirror and I tell myself, like, what am I going to do better and what am I going to better myself? I can literally sit there and put goals on myself.
Do you do positive affirmations?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much like I'm sit there and I look at myself. I'm like, all right, what can I do now? What do I want to do? It's like, what do I want to accomplish? So I motivate myself and I inspire myself to be better in my own eyes. I mean, who else? I mean, realistically, whose eyes do you want to be the best in? Besides, if you have a significant other, whose eyes do you really want to be the best in? You always want to be your best image, right?
No, I want my nephew to look at me and my nephews and niece to look at me and think I am the dog's bollocks. I want them to be like, she's so cool. She's got her shit together. Fucking love that woman. That's who I want to be called to.
But to obtain that, you have to be good in your eyes, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're not good in your own eyes, you're not going to be good in anyone's eyes, and that's what your mentality is going to be. And I think that's the biggest thing is like that's why my inspiration has always been me myself. Like I inspire to be good in my own vision of me, to know that I'm succeeding in doing it right. If I get to a point where I don't, then I know I need to change or I need to change something. So
there you go.
Yeah.
Nobody inspires me, and Doc inspires himself.
Yeah, so I have another question. What's your opinion on bullying and cyberbullying?
When I've got kids, right, because I will be a mum one day, I could, no matter what happens, I would always stick up for my children unless I found out they were bullying somebody. It's one thing that's just not tolerated, and I think cyberbullying should be looked at the same way any form of bullying is. If not, it's more serious because you can't escape it. Your phone's always there, your computer's always there. You know, if somebody's bullying you, say face-to-face at school, you go home, you're away from it. They can't get to you. Whereas if it's online, there is no escape from that. And I won't stand for it. I make a big point about this channel being a safe space for everybody. And pretty much one of the only ways to get banned from anything that I'm involved in is to be a bully and toxic in general. So yeah, I just don't tolerate it.
Yeah. I suppose that kind of sums up my questions.
Cool. Are you going to join Redline when you're older? I don't know how old you are. You might already be old enough. I don't know.
I think
I am old, but currently it's not my aim. My aim is currently to get in a good place, and then, once I have myself kind of squared away, if you know what I mean, then it's kind of my goal to achieve those kind of things and enjoy myself better than once I have myself in my own place.
What's your number one goal at the moment that you're comfortable
My
sharing?
My number one goal currently is army, preferably. Yeah, that's probably my current number one goal. Once I reach that, I'll be happy, and then
very admirable goal.
Yeah. Then once I get myself in a good place in there, obviously also in Redline, obviously we have some vets in there as well. Mm-hmm. I'm friends with a few of them. You've
got some active military in there as well.
Yeah, you do. You have a lot of nice people in. Obviously it's different for everyone. Obviously, Jay is currently in my waiting room. He's also ex-military. So, obviously he'll also give you the same thing, and they'll all kind of say something along the lines of, get yourself into a good place before you start doing the nice things, and then once you're in a good place, you don't have anything to worry about.
Work hard now and play later.
Yeah, but that's pretty much what anyone that I've spoken to has basically said to me.
Nice, very admirable goals. I hope you achieve them.
I hope so too.
Anything else?
Yeah, no, that's everything.
Thank you for dropping by.
Thank you, Chloe. Thank you, Doc.
Bye.
Bye. Did you cut him off as he was saying goodbye?
No, I didn't. I don't think I hit disconnect. All right, we got Mr. Blokey next.
Mr. Who?
Blokey.
Blokey mate face. Hello.
Hi. Okay.
The screening's not really working.
All right, Mr. Tay.
Hello? Is it something wrong with our settings?
Checking that right now, actually. Listeners can speak, can use video, can use voice activity. Yeah, no, they're good. I mean, we've had non-studio members come in. Actually, Griff doesn't even have studio anymore, I think. So,
let's, if we give him...
We're just going to move back to waiting room.
Maybe if we just give the... Oh, no, because if we give them backstage pass, they can join whenever they want then, can't they? We'll get somebody that it works for. I don't know why that wasn't working for him.
Scare's back.
Oh,
hi.
I'm sorry, my Wi-Fi decided to annoy me. So let me just ask my questions. Also, what is like your favorite thing you have done this year so far? Like, what has been your highlight this year so far?
That's a hard one. We moved into this house and got a puppy. So those are like and then I did a surprise 60th birthday party for my dad and got all his family. So they're quite big things that have happened this year. So it's been a good year. And I got in Redline. That was alright, I guess. Yeah, it's been a good year. It's hard to pinpoint.
Yeah, I mean, I got the channel, both channels actually. The start of both channels. I think the biggest thing for me though was the residency. Finishing that. That's probably my highlight for sure of the year so far.
It's a massive thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's 5 years in the making, so definitely worth it.
Both of these have actually created. My highlight has probably been me actually finishing college. That has got to be my highlight. That no one can take that highlight away from me. I'm done. I have 3 months off. 3 months off.
What are you gonna do with your 3 months off?
I'm so happy with my life. Probably get my dad to teach me how to drive. Probably chill at home. Probably go out, ride a bike. Probably spend my time with my mum and my dad, obviously, because I'll be going uni soon. So yeah, really, just can't wait for it, can't I?
Nice. Sounds like you're gonna have a good 3 months then.
Oh, he's good. Yeah, it does sound sick. Oh, I hope so. Yeah. Also, on top of your head, do you guys remember like your top played song so far this month?
This month?
On Spotify or any devices.
Song for a sushi restaurant. Music for a sushi, whatever it's called. Harry Styles sushi song. That one. Listen to it 24/7. I love it.
I don't even think I've listened to music this month. It's only been 11 days this month. Even in the last month.
I know, but you have.
I think the most music I listened to was at the wedding. I don't know. Fuck.
Have you heard that Harry Styles song, Doc?
No, I haven't kept it music.
I'm not normally I never was a One Direction fan. That's not like my type at all. You know me. I'm more into my indie rock. But Harry Styles, there's just something about that kid. Yeah, his new song is so catchy. He barely sings in it. It's just the music to it. It's so like 80s, 90s, and really Yeah, I saw he was on a podcast, wasn't he? He was on
yeah.
What's his name?
See, Chloe knows.
Logan Paul. Logan Paul, is that what he's called?
Jake,
yeah, it was.
Logan Paul.
It was,
number one podcast.
Yeah, he was on his podcast.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
And he was saying that he was just basically slagging off the whole of like One Direction, whereas every time they all get interviewed, they refuse to say anything. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, he's playing in the soccer aid today.
Is he?
So he's in.
He reckons he's had more musical success than anybody else ever from One Direction, and it's like you do realise Harry Styles exists, right? For sure.
Harry Styles is also good looking as well. No, not in the weird way, guys. Come on, Harry Styles has got the looks.
He's doing a lot for gender fluidity when it comes to fashion. He's smashing it out of the park.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah. There's one more question, but it's gone out of my head. What was the other question?
You can always come back when you think of it.
Alright, yeah. I'm gonna let someone else go. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, no worries.
It was good speaking to you, and I think you guys have actually done like something great. Let me just say that I think the community you guys are building is just a perfect community.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
And you are a very valued member of that as well, so make sure you stick around.
Oh, thanks, Chloe.
You're welcome.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. Wait, I got Gramps.
Yeah.
Gramps.
Yeah.
You know, I've been seeing you like your back has been like, twitting down and you wearing a stick. I think it's time for you to put that stick on the wall and retire. You get what I'm trying to say, because old age.
Get rid of Gramps. Do you want us to kill off Gramps?
You want me to kill Gramps? Yeah. Let's ask the chat. Should I kill off Gramps? Who wants to see Gramps be dead?
I don't. He's my protector.
Who wants to see Gramps' character be dead?
Guys, make sure you are also all going over to the podcast and subscribing over there as well, because that's where this stuff normally happens.
Also, guys, subscribe to both of them and join the Discord if you haven't joined the Discord as well.
No.
Gramps is immortal. Good
Gramps
try.
immortal. Good try.
Let's get Gramps to 2K, guys. Let's get Gramps to 2K.
You go away. Go on. We've got other people. Goodbye. Thank you. Can we possibly have James Cox next? He's just said that he's not got long left. He's just waiting patiently.
There you are, Mr. Cox.
Hello.
Hello. Okay. I'm very honest, Scott. Okay, first question. Number 1, tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Tea.
Cold coffee, hot tea.
Yep, correct. That's best. All right. Second question. Oh damn! I lost my script.
Oh, I like this. You came prepared.
I did, but I lost it.
That's all right.
Okay, remember off the top of my head. I think what was I gonna say. Okay, what was your biggest dream always to be YouTuber, or did you want to be something else?
I want to be a veterinary surgeon.
Oh, very good. I mean,
my dream was never to be a YouTuber. So.
Yeah. Right now I'm thinking between army and chef. So.
Nice. You could be a chef in the army.
True. Didn't think of that one actually.
Solving everybody's problems one day at a time.
Yep. God damn it, what's my script? I touched it. Okay, I don't think I've ever been too nervous, but
You're alright, bud. Take your time.
Yep. Sorry.
You're alright. Take a breath. And have you got it open somewhere? Where have you got it wrote?
I had it written on my literal Google tab, but it's gone now. It's annoying.
Is it on your drive? Did you check your drive? Maybe it's on your Google Drive.
No, it wouldn't be there. But that might be shaking.
Hey, you don't need to be nervous. We're nobody special.
Yeah, that's another. There you go. I sent you a picture of my dog. Out of 10 rating.
Where did you send him?
In gallery.
I sent it through Discord and gallery. 2 different pictures.
Very cute.
Out of
Just
10.
stuffy. It's 2 years old.
I'll give him a 10.
I'll give it a 9.5 because it's not mine, so I can't give it a 10. Oh God, guys, I just left the call. Bear with, as if I
scared her.
That.
She's crying right now because you took.
I don't even know why I did that.
The dog.
Doesn't like me.
Sorry, I'm back. Yeah, 9.5 just because it's not mine.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna get 8 years because I probably sound like a squeaker.
No, you're doing good. Thank you very much for your time, and there's some good questions. And very cute dog.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye, Grumps.
Bye.
Oh, he was nice. We can have him back again. I liked him.
We got Caden back, so let's see if Caden's able to talk this time. Hopefully he is. Or she. Caden?
Hi.
Hello.
Oh God. Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Doing well.
Doing good.
What's your question?
Right?
What's your question?
So, my question is, what's your favorite, RP scene in Redline? What you've done so far, if you can remember.
I was my character got spiked in a strip club, and Grumps came to take me away, and literally on the whole server there was me, Doc, and Storm. That was it. It was like the ridiculous o'clock. There was nobody else on the server. Storm was being a cat that was just being carried around everywhere. And Gramps was like trying to get this cat, and then the cat was dying, and he was trying to like rescue the cat, and then I was like drugged, crawling around like I was possessed. Yeah, that was quite funny. I liked that.
That's tough. I don't know. I think my favorite RP scene I've done so far. I did enjoy the Fight Club. The Fight Club was a good one. The gang RP we did was kind of fun too. I think the Fight Club was probably my favorite though. It's where we opened up the Fight Club. It's on stream. It's on the channel if you guys want to watch it. It's one of the streams. It's called Fight Club. So, but it's basically we started a Fight Club. We had people pay money to enter, and I just made the cash prize of 100K, even though the entrance fee is only like 1,000. We were only get 10,000 back from it. Now that was just a split. That was to split between 2 people that were going to be employees essentially. They were going to split that money. They keep it. I was giving 100K of my own money to the winner. The twist on it was that somebody decided to rat us out before the Fight Club started, so it kind of made things complicated. So we improvised and put a bunch of stuff behind doors, so the cops had to like literally get through the doors. so we could actually have the fights. And then the other twist on it was we took all the weapons and stuff off the people. And then the first fight happened. The first person won. I went into the ring to announce the winner. Looked at the guy that lost. I'm like, don't worry about it, bud. It's okay. And then I stabbed him. And then announced that it was a Mortal Kombat style fight club. So if you lost, you were going to get killed. And they had no weapons to defend themselves. And we had guns and knives. So all you saw at the end of it, by the time the PD actually, SWAT was able to get into it, and was that there was a whole corner full of dead bodies. And one person, actually 2 people won. The last 2 people were actually Storm and Whiffed, who's actually in the waiting room right now. Whiffed.
He did my interview.
But he won, even though I gave Storm a knife at the end to end it quickly, because she was the closest one to me. I'm like, just fucking end it quick, because the cops were getting in, and I wanted to make sure we had a winner. So she went to go try stabbing him, and Whiff still knocked her out somehow before he got killed from getting stabbed. So I had to take Whiff hostage, and we took Storm hostage to get, obviously, negotiate with SWAT and allow us at least to get a chase out of it. And I gave Whiff his money, his $100K for winning, while he was a hostage. So imagine being a hostage and having someone slip $100,000 into your pocket while you're hostage to them. So obviously you're a very cooperative hostage because you're happy. And basically we did that. We got into a truck. We went up Mount Chiliad, tried to get dirt bikes, and Gramps decided to take the steep way down. And let's just say you could try to push the brakes as much as you want. There was no stopping that thing, and I went flying and crashing into a tree and eventually dying. But it was really fun. I think I got a lot of praise from it, especially from PD side. They had a blast on it because they had to actually break through the doors and actually have an RP scene out of that. And then when they got into it, making it a chase, it wasn't like a shootout, which SWAT is obviously used to. So a SWAT being called and not having to fire a single bullet to actually have a fun scene, it was huge for them. They enjoyed it. They had a good time. Everybody was like, that was so much fun. So I think that was probably the that was probably the best RP that I've done in my terms. And there were a lot of admins and on the SWAT that day, so that probably might be why I got Player of the Month and then got my senior role because of that role play alone. So
yeah, and it's kind of that what counts, is it's having fun yourself, but make sure others have fun.
It is, and it's different. Everyone does Fight Club, but we put a twist on it. We shut the doors down. We made SWAT get involved and actually have to RP while they were doing it. Well, we had one of the employees was obviously replying to their command, like their says and stuff, which you didn't see in my stream because I had my chat cleared off. But I wanted to make sure that it was done properly, so it was fun for everyone involved. And then obviously the twist of the Mortal Kombat style, where you die if you lose, made it a little more nerve-wracking because you didn't want to get knocked out, so people were a little more careful when they were fighting rather than bashfully just swinging at each other as fast as they can until they knock each other out, because you literally one bad move and you come running at someone and they hit you, you're knocked out. And that's why they had to be more careful, so it made the fights more fun. And then I think everyone had a blast because it was different. It wasn't the same boring old RP that you see. So
yeah, well, that's quite good actually.
So yeah,
it sounded like that you had a lot of fun, and I wish I would watch it actually now.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of fun. And here's the thing, some people always want to get away and stuff, and when I went down that hill, I was like, yep, I'm dying. I didn't care.
I'm dead.
I had fun. The 2 hours that I had doing that RP, that 2 hours that Fight Club was so much fun that you don't care if you die. At the end of the day, it's RP, right? You win some, you lose some. That's the mentality. If you go into the mentality that you're gonna win every single time, you're not gonna have fun RPing, because then you're gonna ruin RP for everyone.
Yeah.
So if you go into the mentality of like, if I win, I win. If I die, I die. That's when it's fun, because everything is spontaneous.
Yeah, I mean, it's wow.
So
yeah. Well, I mean, that's all I have to say, except from one more thing, and that's the Baby Yoda puppet was a lot better.
Get out. Banned.
Ow.
He's gone.
Alrighty then. Next up, we've got Bloke is back. So, or is it Bloke? Studio. Hi. Bloke, you there? No? Maybe? Not sure what's going on, bloke. If you're having issues, just send DM to Amar. Let him know if you can't talk in here or if you're just having to leave when you get pulled in. But I'm gonna move you back to the waiting room in the meantime. All right, guys. Next up, we got. Oh, look who it is! It's Mystic Maze. She's actually in Redline. She's brand new.
We love Maisie. She's very much a regular on my streams. She gets me the most pay because I get 500 every time you revive somebody on EMS, and I spend majority of my time on EMS reviving her.
Hello.
Here she is.
Hello.
Hi. How's the movie?
A movie?
Yeah.
Didn't you go to the movies?
Oh, yeah. It was good. I didn't enjoy it, to be honest.
Nice.
What movie? Oh yeah, it was good. I didn't enjoy it.
No, I don't know. It was alright.
You didn't like it?
No.
Oh, get out.
What'd you go
I'm
see?
disappointed in you.
What'd you go see?
The new Jurassic World.
You guys saw that, didn't you? How was it?
I liked it, but then we watched it in 4DX. So I don't know if it was just the fact that we were on a roller coaster watching it.
Yeah, because it moves towards the movement, so you feel like you're actually in the movie.
Yeah, so I don't know if it was just that made it good. What the fuck are you doing?
Nothing. It's a little like... It's one of those things that's like tobacco, but it's not tobacco. It's nicotine.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway. Go ahead.
Right, I've only got one question really. What's your favourite thing to do outside of YouTube and gaming?
Getting lost.
What?
You're so confused all the time. Getting lost. You know, like when you go for a walk and you like take the dogs out and you don't have a time you've got to be back by and you just wander and you just let the dogs kind of take you where you're going and then you just don't even know where you are.
Not really.
Try it. It's good. It's fun. You just don't know where you're going to end up, and you just end up in like a random field somewhere, and you're like, cool, now I've got to find my way home.
Right, I might have to try that.
Don't, because you really would get lost.
Oh, okay, I won't then.
You'd end up in like another country somewhere and just be like, don't know what happened, but here I am.
Yeah.
Somebody has just asked, how's the hospital food?
Really good, to be fair. Yeah, love it.
Come on then, Doc, what's your favourite thing to do?
Binge.
Food, alcohol, drugs, what? Netflix?
My monthly binges.
Your monthly binges.
My monthly binges. I can't talk about them on this channel, but
no, we
monthly
can't.
binges.
Alright.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's a party boy once a month.
Once a month, I party.
Oh.
And it lasts for a month.
It lasts
That's
for
the
a couple
recovery.
Couple days.
Oh, God.
It gets a bit messy, doesn't it, for you?
Define messy. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, there's not much more I do other than YouTube. I do enjoy like trying to go outside as much as I can. I got a nice like big park like, in the back, so I'll sit outside and like read a little bit, or even like just watch like Netflix on a tablet or computer while I'm just sitting outside and just enjoy like the weather.
Yeah.
Fun.
Feel the grass.
Yeah. Touch some grass, I guess.
We had that the other week, didn't we? I was like, why aren't you on? Because I wanted him on Redline for something, and he was like, because Chloe, I haven't touched grass in like 3 weeks. Let me be outside. And I was like, no, get back in. Bit of a computer nerds, aren't we?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. What's your favourite thing to do?
You?
Mine?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I literally don't know. I'm quite boring. Probably.
What do you do outside besides computer and YouTube gaming?
I go and watch football quite a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously when the season's on.
What's your favorite team?
Plymouth Argyle.
Okay.
I walk my dogs every now and then. I can't be bothered.
Now and then. Okay.
Yeah,
somebody else walks them at least when you're not walking them.
Pardon?
Said I hope somebody walks them when you're not walking them.
Oh yeah. We got that covered.
Okay, good.
Fair enough.
Cool.
Johnny said crashing in Redline and dying.
Oh yeah, that's probably my favourite thing to do.
Are you not watching Soccer Aid?
I started watching it, but it's a bit rubbish, so
Is it?
yeah.
And then Scar says, "Can you repeat your team, please?"
Plymouth Argyle.
There you go. Sweet.
Yeah, okay.
I asked, I messaged Maisie yesterday and was like, "Can I've got a huge favour to ask you. I won't tell you what the full thing of it, but I think it was the most random favour she's ever been asked in her life, and I hope she never gets asked a favour like it from anybody else."
I was so confused because it was like 4:30 in the morning, and when I saw it, I was like, "Am I dreaming this?"
And then you heard it and was like, "This is a nightmare."
Yeah. It'll be worth it.
It's funny when I was recording the leaving scene. She was walking in, and I was like, "Okay, this is awkward." So
I know.
I had to re-record it when she left.
And I was there fixing my car. She went the other way, and you was there. She's like,
yeah. So then she ran to the back, and I was like, "All right, I'm gonna re-record it now." So
Yeah, I saw you, and I was like, "Oh shit!" So I tried to quickly hide.
no, you're fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's editing. It's a 2-second cut. It's the easiest of edits of anything.
Okay, that's good then.
yeah. So we've got more to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna finish that up today, hopefully.
Yeah.
At least the first part of it.
Mhm. Keep your eyes peeled, guys. Maisie's going to be in our video.
Yeah.
Yeah, she will be.
Thank you very much for your time and your question.
Yep. Thank you.
And I'll see you
Have a good
around.
one.
Yep. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, we've got Callum. Callum, I'm gonna put you in waiting room. I want to make sure everybody gets to go once before we go bring people back.
Mhm.
So, do we have someone else ready to go? Because I don't see anybody else in queue besides. I see a lot of people that I haven't gone yet. I see Whiffed, Sam's bot. Don't think Mr. Tay was able to talk. Matthew, I don't think has talked. Bloke hasn't talked. And then we'll go back through everybody again and let people go.
Mhm.
But in the meantime, while we wait for them to figure that out, what's been new in the world? Johnny Depp's won.
Oh, get out of my head. I literally went to say
Johnny Depp won.
Johnny Depp won. Yeah, he fucking did. We knew it. Come on.
That's right.
Yeah.
Listen,
So
after
proud
being,
of it. Did you see she got promotion?
Did she?
Yeah, she's now partner. She got promoted to partner after it.
Oh, damn right, she better get promoted.
Yeah.
Looking
I bet
gorgeous,
Ben's a bit disappointed though. He did good when he sat there chewing his sweets.
Yeah, but she was the all-star. She was the highlight.
She took no shit, did she? She was out for blood.
There's something about her that just made it like super,
Yeah.
like, and that's what made her like super, like I think more attractive was just the fact, like, damn.
Like she'd take no prisoners. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh. And then I found out she has a boyfriend, who's like some rich guy from like Europe or something too. Fucking asshole.
Hope he doesn't need heart surgery in America anytime soon.
Hopefully he does.
I've got to Google this now.
She's dating some, I think, French guy or something. That's even worse if it is French guy. But...
See, when I Google it, it's just bringing up like rumors about her and Johnny Depp.
Well, that's because that's what internet's gonna be all about right now.
Edward Owen,
Maybe. I think he's from the UK actually.
boyfriend finally spotted. Who is he? The glamorous lawyer was papped with her British executive boyfriend. Way, doing it for the Brits. Well done. Well done, Edward Owen. He's the executive of WeWork. I don't know what that is.
It's okay.
Oh, he's alright, you know. He's quite cute. I mean, she's way better looking than him, but he's not gross. We stand for that. Well done.
All right, looks like we got someone. We're gonna move Matthew in. Hello.
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 How's it going?
Hello.
Hi.
So, what do you like about Redline? And what would you want to change about it?
So this is kind of like the first question that was asked about it. If you guys didn't get the first part of the stream, I guess. Griff asked the same question. I think the best thing about Redline is obviously the community is probably the number one thing about the Redline. Is the community. In terms about what I would change is probably, I mean, realistically, the role playing that's done from criminal side is horrible.
Yeah.
So I would definitely change that.
I think with that though, while you're mentioning it, I think a lot of that is kind of supply and demand. Because like I said, I've never done anything crime related, but yet I still get every stream somebody saying, go rob a bank, go rob a store. And it's like, it's the same shit over and over again. So I don't know if people kind of just do it because that's what people ask for. And it's kind of doing it for the views, doing it for content.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with robbing stores and all that. It's how do you enhance from it, you know?
Yeah.
When I rob a store, like for example, I don't start the robbery. I just shoot, or I'll shoot the cameras, or we'll put it in a stay, so the cops will like silent alarm triggered, because we don't care about the money side of it. You're robbing a store for $4,000, $5,000. That once it's dirty money. So if you convert the $5,000 to dirty money, you literally make like $400.
Yeah.
So it's not even worth it realistically. But it's just more of a, what can you do to improve on that robbery? So like for example, we just had one where
Bye, George.
Well, actually, the last one we did, me and Jason did, was we took bikes. That was our escape thing.
Yeah.
We took bicycles. And here's the funny thing: you might think bicycles, these bikes go like 40 miles per hour because they're like sports bikes, like sport bicycles that you see like in actual races, like the Tour de France and stuff. But the funny thing is, all you got to do is go down some alleyways and all that, and where cars don't fit, and you can just sit there and stare at the cop while they're trying to like get you. The cops are not going to hit you because obviously they hit you, they're
funny.
you. So you're just sitting there trolling on them, and it makes it funny. It does annoy cops a little bit, but if you're a cop that obviously has been dealing with nothing but people like getting away, here's the thing: as a cop, you can obviously get out of your car and tase successfully, and then get us in cuffs, right? So we're giving you an opportunity to arrest us by like obviously there's. I think Jason got arrested actually. Jason actually did get tased off his bike. Or they missed me on the tase, and then I went back around and like did a bunny hop on the cop that was trying to arrest Jason. So then it ended up stopping him, like tackling him, so he couldn't arrest him right away. So Jason ran and then picked up a Chinese car, and then we ran, and then we did pursuit on a Chinese car, and then finally we were pitted, and then Jason got put into jail. I came back, I took my mask off and stuff, went back into I was in cuffs, but I was able to run away. So I ended up having someone come up to me. I was like, hey, take my mask off, take this off. So they took my mask off. So I went back to the PD station, and I was like, guys, some guy in like some crazy mask that like said he robbed a store, put his cuffs on me, and now I'm in cuffs. Can you take these cuffs off me? And cops role play it right. Technically, they're not supposed to know it's you because you had a mask on. Now, obviously, Gramps has a voice, so people are going to be like, oh, if I recognize his voice. And it's like, it's an old man voice. There's
some people.
Teddy doesn't have a name.
Some people don't realize it's actually you sometimes that are role
so
playing.
Then they came out and they're like, oh, and then they ended up uncuffing me and letting me go. And here I am. I walked into the police station, got my cuffs removed by the cops, walked away from that whole scene, and literally got successfully robbed that store theoretically while Jason ended up getting arrested. And then there's times where, we just did one. It was me, Jason, Lauren, and I think Reese was the other person where, because we're senior members, there was 4 cops on, so we're like, screw it. And then we're trainees. So we obviously took a Chinese car. We're just driving around, and we were throwing flares out in the window so the cops could keep up with us. So when we lost them, we were like, we would just tweet out like, follow the flares, like mockingly, so they can see where we are. And they would literally follow the flares and come back and find us. Until once again it turned into a foot chase. They all got caught, and once again I escaped. So I ended up getting a Chinese car, and then looking for them. So I saw them taking them to Sandy Shores instead of the actual Vinewood PD. So I followed them to Sandy Shores, and then sat there, and then picked up Blaze. And didn't even put a gun to his head because I didn't have any weapons on me. But I just picked him up, and I'm like, if you don't let him go, I'm gonna twist your nuts. right now, and then he was sitting there crying and stuff like, don't do it. So then they let Jason go and stuff, and then Lauren got a car out for us, and then we're in a car, and then we're doing another chase, and then we get stuck, and it was just fun. It was experience for the trainees to actually experience chases, kidnappings, hostage situations. We pretty much gave them their training, like what they do, into one.
What do you think about Frenchie and OP Winston, and what would you change about the crimes they do?
It's nothing to do with this.
Realistically, nothing. They don't have anything to do with it. When it comes to what they do,
like the flip
content.
cars and all that.
It's content. Realistically, that stuff is not real. It's here's the thing: they're not really role playing, right? They're more there to get the content based of it.
Which obviously works for them when you look at their channel sizes. So.
Right.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't change anything for their stuff. And once again, people might not realize this only happens like for an hour to 2 hours in the server.
And you can avoid it. Just don't go into Legion, and you're not involved in it.
And usually they've been doing it later, so that way there's less people on the server to begin with, so people can actually RP. Like, so the server's more packed. If we go BST time, it's usually we're between like 7 p.m. to like about 10 p.m. And then they'll get on like usually around midnight to 1 o'clock. They'll get on to do their scenes when there's only like, instead of 50, 60 people, you're only doing it with like 20, 25 people there in the server. So there's less people when they're doing it. And a lot of the people are just cops.
And there is also, people that aren't in Redline probably wouldn't know this. But there is also, people can request to be notified when they need extra cops and stuff on. So, it's very much a choice of if you want to get involved, you can. Obviously, you've got a role play getting involved. You can't just turn up and stand there and get involved in their stuff. But that's why a lot of my streams, I'm somewhere different. I'm at the top of Mount Chiliad, or I'm on the beach or something, because it's just out of the way, and that's how you stay out of their stuff.
Yeah. Chloe, what would be your favourite thing in EMS? What do you like doing in EMS?
I don't get much of a chance to do it, because generally when I'm on EMS, I'm the only one on. But I do like doing the kind of prolonging it out, going through, doing the scanning, the treatment. I like that side of it, taking them down into the basement to the operating rooms. I just don't get much of a chance to do it, because very often you'll start doing a scan and then you get another call through, so you've kind of just got to book them in, pretend that a doctor's going to come and look after them. But yeah, I definitely like the more in-depth medical side of it. I don't like the driving.
What do you like mainly about Redline and like the police and all that?
I don't like the PD on Redline for the vast majority of it. No, I'm not gonna lie, I've made it very obvious, and I've said it on several of my streams. A lot of PD, in my opinion, fantastic. They really role play, they're very kind, they're very caring. Nolan's just said worst driver, right? I'm terrible. But yeah, so you get things like French, for instance, pulled a gun out at me. I wasn't involved in their scene, but it was part of his stuff. But from my point of view, it was very random. So I'm like telling the cops about it, and they just do nothing. So you've kind of got the two opposite sides. You've either got some cops that are fantastic and roleplay everything to a T and are so kind of invested in it, and then you've kind of got a couple the other way. But that's just in every walk of life. You're going to have people that do things on different levels. But yeah, I generally don't. I stay out the way of the police. I don't like the PD.
What's your most favourite thing you've done in Redline since you've been there?
I think it's probably the funniest parts for me are probably some of my interactions with Jimbo. He's absolutely hilarious, and kind of like there's kind of a line, and he's always like just on the line of almost inappropriate, almost a little bit where you're like, but not like in such a respectful, nice way. So he's done things where he's had like motorbike accidents, and he's like come over to me and he's like, oh, I've burnt my bum hole on the floor, and you're kind of having to role play out treating for that, and that kind of stuff. I like. It keeps it a bit fresher.
What about you, Doc? What have you like about doing stuff on Redline RP? What you mostly like doing?
Tough. If you asked me this about a month ago, I probably would have said the Grams character and the criminal stuff I was doing. Lately I've liked doing PD. I think there's a group of PD, just like Chloe said, there's a group that does stuff, and you'll know who it is. I mean, there's people that just get on just for the content, and those are the ones that don't care. Realistically,
what, like Elite when he rams people? And,
no. I mean, PD like that only gets on when content stuff's going on. Otherwise, they won't get on during the day. I've had a blast on PD with me, Jason. Jason's probably one of the best people I roleplay with. He's probably the most like common person I roleplay with. I think he was one of the first people I met in Redline too. Besides, like, I think the first person I ever met was LT Rage, who's the green-haired one. And then I met Jason through LT Rage, and I think me and Jason just kind of kicked it off, and we have our inside jokes, like bake me a cake, and you guys have seen it in stream. He'll come in and say, "Where's my cake, old man?" or something like that. We've got our own thing. He's supposed to be the favorite grandson. Him and Chloe have a battle internally of who's the favorite grandchild and stuff like that. They bicker about it. She basically Amber Heards him, pretty much. He's usually the Donnie Depp in the situation because he's but you know, it's fun to RP with him. Zal has been coming on usually, and that's why I think me and Jason. I think that's why I've been doing a lot more PD, especially like now. I mean, it's gonna change once I get back to work this week, but getting on in the morning to be on PD, just basically it's just me, Jason, Zal will come on, Lauren will come on, and we kind of just have fun just doing PD because we actually get to role play and get involved in everything. Where when you start getting all those people that are more friends and the group gets on, then it's like every scene that's going on, it's the same people being dispatched to it. And unfortunately, you're just sitting there patrolling then, and it makes PD boring because you literally sit there and you're just doing traffic tickets. And people that have been pulled over by me know I don't really do traffic tickets unless you're stupid. You know, if I pull you over because you went through a red light and you pull over and I talk to you, you give me your ID, I will literally let you go with a warning, unless you're repeatedly doing it. Then I'll just give you a fine. I'm not going to arrest you for it. But if you're someone that just pulls over for a red light and then all of a sudden decides to just drive off and make it a chase, it's like, okay, now you're gonna get arrested, and then you're gonna get max fines and all this stuff. So, you know, but it gets boring if you're only patrolling and you're not involved in the shootings and all that stuff. And everybody always wants it. The high speed units have to go there first. I think that's the worst thing about PD is theoretically state units are highway patrol, right? LSPD is the city patrol. So if there's a shooting in the city, why is state going there first? Because in real life, that's not realistic. That will never happen. Every county appears to their jurisdictions first, unless it's a highway matter. In Redline, they don't follow that. So if Redline claims to be very extreme, serious, realistic RP, they're not, because of that sense, especially in PD. And that's me saying it, being a PD officer. And if anybody's watching, unfortunately, it's the truth, and I have the rights in my opinion. So if you want to come after me for it, feel free. It doesn't make a difference to me. I can do many other things. I can join EMS. I don't care. It's what I do for a living anyway.
You'd be good to have on EMS.
So, you know, realistically, it's just one of those things where if you're gonna do it, then do it right. You know, if state needs to get involved because there's a chase going on that's high speed, fine, get one state unit. It shouldn't be 5 state units attaching to one city call. Like, that makes no sense. What's the point of being a city officer at that point? So it really kind of ruins it from that aspect. Especially for the newer PD characters coming in. Which is why I think realistically, when I see new people come in, they come in and then they stop coming on duty, and a lot of that is because they don't get scenes. Why would you want to go RP as a cop when you can't do any scenes and you're sitting there bored? You know, a city cop is not just there to deal with tickets. A city cop is, you know, if there's a shooting in my town, I'm not going to see Illinois State Police show up here. You know, it's gonna be the Chicago CPD that shows up here. It's not going to be like, and they're not going to have fucking Chargers and all that. They're going to have Crown Vics and Tahoes or whatever the cars may be. But like, realistically, fucking Whiff, speaking nothing but facts, and Whiff knows this. He's higher up in PD force, and he's state, and he'll back me on this. It ruins RP a lot for the newer cops, the trainees that don't have the opportunity. State doesn't open often, so when you want to apply for state, they only open their applications once every few months. So now, if I'm a new officer and I don't get to be in scenes, why the hell am I going to go to PD? And I've seen a lot of PD officers switching over to EMS now for that reason. is because they get more action on EMS. Realistically, I'll say it here: if you want action, join EMS.
Yeah.
Because there's not enough, and there's a lot of people getting hurt. So there's not enough EMS to take care of it. If you want role play scenes, join EMS.
Well, I did that the other night. There was like 50-something people on the server. The guys were on, so they were killing people left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
And I looked, and there was not a single EMS on, and I thought, fuck it, I'm getting on because I'm going to be so busy. Yeah, so I did. I got on, and it was call after call after call because there was nobody else on. But yeah, that's because EMS is still growing, isn't it? EMS and finding its feet, and that's why I was so excited to get involved in it, because there's kind of chance to be part of that growth and that development.
And I think it's going in the right direction. I think with Nolan there, Nolan's probably the best. I honestly think he should be director for EMS, because I didn't even know Stealth left or went down in position or what. But Stealth was really good when he was EMS director, and obviously he resigned because of his availability, which a director should do. If you're not available, you should give the spot to somebody who's gonna be there to make the division better. And I think Nolan's really stepped up, and I really hope that Nolan does get to kind of revamp that division.
I just presumed that he did run it until I was in the Discord. Do you know what I mean? Until I actually saw the ranks and was like, oh, there's somebody above him. Yeah.
No, 100%.
I reckon EMS is better with Nolan doing it than obviously less EMS, because it's better with a load of EMS. So
it's kind of a catch-22 though. If you've got 100 EMS and there's you've got to have a certain amount of people on the server before EMS can even get on, and then there's got to be so many civs per EMS. So if you've got 100 EMS, you're never going to get a chance to get on or do anything. Because then it gets kind of oversaturated, then you're fighting for calls, and then you can't really RP it as much if everybody just wants to be out in the ambulances. But yeah, if there's more EMS, say if obviously Doc, with his real life experience being what it is, if he was EMS, he could stay at the hospital and literally just do surgery, and then you could have people out driving, dropping them off, scanning them, booking them in. That's something that you could always kind of add to.
Yeah, what do you love about Gramps, Doc?
What do I love about Gramps? I mean, Gramps stands for what I believe in. Gramps is probably my persona. If I was to grow old, I think I would be Gramps. I would embody Gramps. Listen. Chloe said it when I first joined the Discord. My name was No Fucks Given, and that's what Gramps' attitude is. It's no fucks given.
It's like an exaggerated version of you, isn't it? But still the exact same attitude.
Exactly.
He just does everything.
It's that, that's the thing about Gramps. He can be caring. If you respect Gramps, you're respectful to Gramps, he'll respect you. He won't go after you. He won't, but if you disrespect Gramps, then you suffer consequences. Whatever. Or if you disrespect friends of Gramps, or like Chloe said, when that guy just randomly started going after her, and it's just like,
I saw that.
Literally, just the first thing I did was literally pull out a gun, put the gun to his head, and I'm just like, you want to repeat everything you just said? And then obviously, there's so much respect for Gramps. It ended up being somebody else that was like, Gramps, don't worry about it, we'll take care of it. And they took him, and then next thing you know, Gramps got the message, the guy's dead. Because it's almost like a kind of like a Gramps is kind of like a Godfather character, like the old OG. Like, don't worry about it, Gramps, we'll take care of him. Don't worry about it. Don't get your hands dirty. But if Gramps needs to get his hand dirty, he'll get his hands dirty too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It was very nerve-wracking coming to talk on here.
Well, you've done great.
Yeah. So, what would you change about PD on Redline? For most of it.
Make it more realistic.
100%.
The thing is, though, a lot of things are very limited. It's all right as sat here being like, oh, I want this to happen and that to happen, but I don't code, I don't build servers, I don't know what's possible, in all honesty, with it. There is limits when it comes to like MLOs and things that can physically be done. But yeah, for me, in an ideal world, it would be kind of more realistic with rules and how civilians are trapped when it comes to PD.
100%.
Yeah.
I think it's a basis of what are priorities? What do we hold priorities? I think it starts with activeness and the higher up positions. they know who they are. I think I know there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that happens, but I think a lot of it does also come to friends.
Yeah.
You can't think as a friend.
Mhm.
I'm sorry, but if you guys were running real life businesses, all of you would have failed businesses, because
Yeah.
if you realistically look at the people that get promoted, and I'm not saying not everyone is justified to be promoted, but the people that do,
Yeah.
a lot of people that are promoted are based on being friends and stuff, which if I owned a business and my friends sucked at it and I had somebody that was brand new and they were doing way better, I'm not going to even look at my friend to get promoted because I don't care.
Yeah.
I
I'm
wouldn't
running a
even
business.
hire friends in the
I
first
want money.
place.
Yeah.
I want to be successful, and that's the biggest thing, and it becomes, what do you do with, you have to do everything appropriately. There should be everything done appropriately. Going back from, like I said, the state thing, the state should not be involved in every scene. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If there's you go to a robbery and there's a car that goes 210 miles per hour, and obviously a city trooper's not going to keep up, fine, get a state trooper up. Get a state trooper there to keep up. State's supposed to be the best drivers, right? Best high-speed drivers. Why do you need 5 of them? One should be able to keep up, right? If you're the best, then you should be able to keep up with the one. If not, then maybe you should reevaluate your decisions on who you chose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because I'm not gonna lie, I've seen city cops drive better than some state cops, and unfortunately, they just can't keep up because they have a limitation on their speeds. But they've been able to keep up in terms of, in the city driving. But it's once it gets to the highway, then yes, state, then fine, yeah, get 3 state. Once it goes onto the highway, fine, get all your state ready, waiting on the highway, and then as soon as it gets on highway, boom, go. Because here's my thing: in the city, your car is not going to go realistically 200 miles per hour because there's way too many turns. So you're going to stop, you're going to slow down, and city can keep up with that. But it's once you get to the highway, the city cops lose. Then you put in your state. You have state troopers ready, waiting on the highway, and as soon as that person gets on the highway, you get them involved. But there's no realistic reason for why every call should have every state unit there just because the car goes 200 miles per hour. It just defeats RP. So that's my thing. It's just the way they structure things. So structural in terms of internal promotions, and then 2 would be just make it more realistic for city cops. And lastly, just because this happened today in the morning when I found out, thanks to Whiff fucking messaging me, give me back my call sign. I want Mike 69 back, and I'm now Michael 1. I want Mike 69.
Yeah.
I don't want to be Michael 1. So give me back my call sign. I'm calling it here. Called out.
Yeah.
Nebula, if you're watching, Mike 69, give it back.
Yeah. Why do some of the criminals, like, just to get away, they decide to go off road to stop police getting them? Why do they do that?
Unfortunately, a lot of people do have that kind of win mentality where they're not bothered about it being realistic or letting other people have a bit of RP. They just kind of want to get away and they want to win. And unfortunately, in the real world, you don't win every time. But yeah, I think that's kind of the end of it. They want to be bigger and better than the police, and they want to prove it.
Yeah, I reckon they should be more like Doc said, is that they should do some people on the highway ready for the criminal to go past, and then they can do it.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what they would do in real life, isn't it?
Have city backed out. Yeah, have city back off at that point. I mean, if you need one city cop to stay on just because there's not enough state cops, then fine. Have a city cop follow, but then you can pull out city cops so they can continue focusing on city crimes. Because here's what happens. All your cops end up going up north to Toledo, and then shit's happening in the city, and there's no cops to respond there anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. Stop putting content first.
Yeah.
Be a cop. If you're a cop, fucking serve your duties. You're a cop. Your duty is to serve and protect the community. I will tell you right now, I was Grants one day and I shot somebody, and the cop pulled up. There was a body dead, and then since there was content going on, they're like, "Oh, I got a priority call." There's a dead body in front of you. What's more priority than a dead person laying in front of you?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah. What, Chloe? What do you hate about Opium French targeting you?
The thing is, it was always going to happen. So you know, Alana owns the server. He can do what the fuck he wants, in my opinion. Whether I like what he's doing or not, it's irrelevant. You know, it's like Jeff Bezos didn't care if I like what his business model is with Amazon. You know, it works for him, so why does he care what I think? And it's the same with Alana, you know. He's playing a character, and that's what his character's like. Alana, I don't think he really targets me as much. French did when he was on his motorbike and kept running me over, but since there's been the conversation of like, come on, I'm trying to do RP scenes and you're kind of ruining it for me, I know that I just don't go to Legion if I don't want to be involved in it. If I've got nothing to do on board, then I can go to Legion and get involved. If not, I just stay away. But yeah, no, like we said earlier, if you don't want to get involved, don't put yourself in the place where it's happening.
Yeah. And I think it was more for them when they were targeting her. It was like the first week or two because she was new. I think after that, there was like, okay, it's back to reality. Like it was fun for the first couple of weeks. It was a joke. It's like, hey, target her. You know, we did the whole thing. If you guys saw the video, it was like, oh, it was my granddaughter and me who normally helps, obviously Alana in his scenes and is a criminal with him, was out there pulling out guns and shooting Alana and joining Elite, who normally I'm facing when I'm Gramps. So it was a turn of tables for a couple weeks where Gramps was actually helping PD and getting in like Elite's Mustang and then chasing down Alana and shooting at him because he like ran over Chloe, and then obviously now it's back to more of, okay, now things are settling back in. It's going to be more of obviously Gramps being a criminal and not changing his sides and being a PD character or a good citizen type thing. Obviously still going to look out for Chloe, but obviously Alana's not after her anymore and stuff like that. Like I said, it was more. I think it was more jokes.
It's just inside jokes, isn't it? And it's just it makes a good video, and that's what pays their bills at the end of the day. If it wasn't for content, Redline wouldn't exist. So as annoying as it can be, it is there for a reason.
Yeah, why do the cops use their guns more than the taser?
I can't answer that, unfortunately.
What's that?
Why do the cops use more guns?
I use my taser more than I use my gun. The only time I'll pull out a gun is if it's a. So here's the thing: the only time a cop should be pulling out a gun is if it's a lethal situation, right? There's levels of codes, levels of threats. If it's a lethal situation where somebody's coming at me with a knife, I can pull out a taser and hope that I tase them. But if I miss, now they're gonna hit me with a knife and I'm gonna be dead. At that point, unfortunately, I have no choice. Even though they're using a knife, I have to use a gun because I have to make sure I kill them before they kill me. Or somebody else. You know, now if they come out and they're running with a taser, then I'm going to pull out a taser. There should be no reason for me to pull out a gun. I've even had it where I tased, like Reese would tell you, that we did a scene where she pulled a gun out on me last second, and I had a taser in my hand, but she was already aiming at me. So there was no way I was going to switch to my gun. So I had to roll and hope that I was able to get good aim and get this taser shot off, which thankfully I did, because right before she shot me, I was able to tase her and get her into cuffs. Otherwise, I would have been dead. Because I would have, like I said, it was either that or I would have had to try to take my gun out. And by the time I took my gun out, I would have been dead on the ground, probably. But it's just a matter, it's just one of those things, you know. Whiff was in a scene with us yesterday. He pulled out a gun on an officer. Here's my thing. Either I pull out my gun and don't shoot and hope that he doesn't shoot, or he ends up shooting the other officer, and now that we have an officer that gets killed. So, unfortunately, as soon as he points a gun at an officer, I got to shoot him. Because I don't know if he's going to shoot or not. His intention may not be to shoot. It may be to be scared, but I don't know that, right? There's no way I can read his mind. So realistically, you know, if someone pulls a gun out, you have to be ready, prepared to fire.
Yeah.
If they're running with the gun, then you run with the gun behind them and don't shoot at them until they aim it at someone. The moment they aim it at someone, they've invited death.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But
I'll leave so other people can join.
Thank you very much for your questions.
Thank you for coming on, man.
Thank you. Definitely. Thank you for letting me join.
Yeah, no worries.
Love the vids.
Thank you.
See you.
Bye.
Bye.
I need to pee so bad, guys. Give me 1 second. My coffee's gone. I've had like 2 cans of Red Bull. Bear with. You can carry on, by the way.
I'm going to bring Bloke in.
Okay.
I know he's been waiting.
Guys, I'll be right back.
Kid, you've asked questions, so we'll do that. And we'll go through everybody that hasn't, and then we'll do repeats afterwards. Bloke, are you able to speak? Bloke. All right. Disconnect. Let's get Whiffed. We'll do Sandspot first, then we'll get Whiffed when Chloe gets back. Sam? Samsbot, are you there? Right. On phones, we can't talk. I know Callum was able to talk on phone, so I'm not sure why. Let me check settings again while she's gone then. Let's see if I can see what's going on with settings.
I'm already back.
Some of them are saying if they have phones, they can't talk. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move you in. When I move you in, I'm going to give you the backstage pass, and I'll remove it from you. So this way you should be able to talk no matter what then. So let's start with Bloke again. I'm going to give you the backstage pass. Backstage pass. And then move you.
You've got people asking for Elite. He's not here. I don't know what he's doing. He's upstairs somewhere.
Bloke. You have the backstage pass now, so you should definitely be able to talk.
Right. What I want you to do is disconnect and then just join this channel on your own accord. Just try and join straight back because you've now got access to it.
Yeah, so just leave and come back. I have to move my thing just so I can read these DMs.
Yeah, I keep checking mine on my phone. Oh, look at this little picture I did. I made it my wallpaper on my phone. Can you see it?
Aww.
Wait, let me turn that light off. Oh no, that made it brighter.
Hello, Doc. Hear me?
Hello,
Yes,
we can hear you.
Yay!
Sorry about that.
It's alright, technology hates me anyway.
No worries.
Well, we've got you here finally, that's what matters.
My question is, if there was no restrictions or any rules in Redline, what would you like to do, and in RP wise, and who would you like to RP with?
Ooh.
If there were no rules and restrictions, at that point it would be GTA Online, though.
Yeah.
It would be the same thing as playing GTA Online, but just with mods.
Do you mean if we could kind of put the perms in to do it just for that one time?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Oh, you've put us on the spot there. I'd like to do like a twisted EMS thing. So, you know, like when I'm picking people up and then like I'm really good in the face of the public, and then you've got somebody like Gramps or somebody back at the hospital that we take them in and we're actually like harvesting their organs and selling them. I'd like to do something like that. It's just something I've not seen done, and I think, you know, it does actually happen in the real world, like get into a bit of like human trafficking almost, but with
I would
organs.
do something with Chloe and maybe do like a perm where we kind of do like a driving school, but like we start with like basic cars, but then we get into more like crazy rocket cars and all that stuff. So like it'll start with like us doing a driving school. We get pulled over because Chloe goes through a red light, and then we tell the cops, hey, she's learning how to drive. We're getting her a license. I'm her instructor, blah, blah. So they let her off with a warning, blah, blah, whatever it may be. And then, you know, we keep coming back with more and more ridiculous cars. And obviously then get PD more, get PD more crazy. Obviously get them going crazy. And then obviously someone like Johnny's saying get Maisie to join that.
Yeah. She needs actual driving. I know, it's her. Do you know what? Sorry, but just while that's brought up, she jumped in a call earlier with French and Elite to try and help sort some of her settings out. Yeah, it's not her driving skills. She does have driving skills. It is purely just the delay and the quality of her thingy stream. Sorry, carry
on. So yeah, I mean I think that'd be a kind of fun video, and then probably maybe ending it with like a flip car or something. And do a flip car that lets you sit with multiple people and have Chloe drive it while she's like flipping over cops, and you're like, she's learning how to drive, guys. It's okay. obviously using that excuse until obviously they get fed up and either shoot us or go after us. So I think that'd be a fun one.
Oh, I think it would be fun watching both of you do that, to be honest.
It would be. So I'm pretty sure someone's gonna in here that's gonna in Redline is probably listening here and is
They're gonna go do it.
You'll probably see it in the next couple of days.
Yeah, you'll see it. Don't worry.
Or you may see
somebody
me
will do
doing
it.
it or something.
Don't even get me started on that.
Guys, and then if they do it with the guys, then we know. You guys hear it first. When you guys see that video, you guys need to post. Make sure you all comment on it. Be like, way to steal ideas. Just make
Hasn't Elite already taken some of Chloe's ideas?
Taken all of Chloe's ideas, not some, all of Chloe's ideas.
Yeah, he is generally pretty honest when he does though. He'll do it every time, and he'll be sat there and be like, "What can we do? Have you got any ideas for me?" And obviously, when I wasn't in Redline, I'd be like, "Yeah, do this." And now I'm in Redline, and I'm like, "Not telling you, I want to do that."
So that's where all of the Elite's good videos have come from you.
Yep, that's it. So you want to be subscribing to my channel because they will be coming on there now instead.
And subscribe to you all.
That was a very good question. I liked that one. Made me think for a moment. We've got
So,
Nolan in as well. I might be getting fired from
Chloe,
EMS.
have a good day, Doc, and I'll see you soon.
See you
No
later.
problem.
Thank
Good
you.
one.
Bye.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. All right, let's try. Who was the other one? Samsbot. He's not in here. Samsbot, if you're there, join waiting room. I'm gonna keep going through the list of people that haven't gone in. So I think that would be Whiffed and Blaze, or I think that's or my biggest fan.
Beckham's just said, I think the driving school class in Redline would be large and would include me so I can learn how to look both ways before pulling out of a parking lot. Bless him, he pulled out the parking lot the other day. I was on EMS and I got called down, and he pulled out and run straight into no other but the head of whitelisting for Redline.
Stealth. Nice.
He was like, "Oh my god, I didn't mean to do that."
Nice. No, Stealth's cool. He'd laugh it off. All right, Amara, do me a favor. Can you remove that role from Bloke, the backstage pass for me? I'm gonna add it to them, and you can remove them for me when they leave, please. All right, so let's get. We'll start with Whiff. I think he's been in studio before, so I don't think he should have the issue.
I haven't spoke to this guy
Hi.
since he did my interview.
Hello. Able to talk? Yeah, okay, you're good.
Hello.
What's
How
up?
you doing? Hi. How's it going?
It's good. How are you?
Good. So I just had a few questions. Now, how do you feel about the call sign change, Gramps?
I hate it.
I want to hear a bit more about that.
I fucking hate it. I literally am debating if I should leave PD at this point.
He was so excited when he got Mike 69. I think that
I'm
was
gonna
like
leave.
the
I'm gonna
quickest
leave
he's ever
PD.
messaged
And
me.
Nolan, I'll tell you right now. If you take away Draco's call sign and give me M969, I will fucking join EMS right now. I'm saying it right now. You've heard it live on the podcast.
We're gonna have a real surgeon on EMS.
If you change Draco's call sign from 69, I will join EMS.
You could be 169
No, I want to be M969.
because on EMS you get to pick your own call sign. Just saying, I picked 97.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right.
Unless Nebula, if you're listening, you can give me my call sign back by the end of the day, and maybe I'll stay.
No loyalty, man.
The loyalty's to the 69.
Loyalty was my call sign. I wanted it. I don't even want a promotion. You can keep your Limas, your Kilos, your Juliets, your Echoes, Deltas, Bravos, Charlies, whatever. I just want 69. My call sign.
That's all he wants in life.
Okay. Fair
Someone's
enough.
got to clip that.
Yes. Yes, Blaze is right. 1 whiskey 69. Yeah, you can give me 1 whiskey 69. That could be an honorary 169. 1 whiskey 69. I'll take that too.
Okay. Next question. Aside from the Fight Club, what is your favorite scene that you've done in Redline?
Do you want me to say the one with you involved in it, huh? Is that what you want me to say?
I mean, if you want to.
Well, we were gonna do a movie. Unfortunately, I don't know what's going on with the person that was in it, my right hand that was in it. Unless I redo the whole thing, we redo the whole first scene of it. But in the movie, Gramps was basically kind of like a vigilante. He was on the phone with his grandson, who was actually portrayed by Nat, talking normal. So you guys probably wouldn't recognize his voice if he was talking normal, but he was talking like a normal human being, not some kid on some battery acid. And all of a sudden, all you hear is the phone disconnect. All you hear is like him say like, "Oh shit," and then the phone disconnects. And Gramps is screaming on the phone like, "Yo, where you at?" And then he starts calling, doesn't get, phones disconnected. So Gramps drives down to Legion. That's where he said he was taking his jog, and sees the body of his grandson just laying there on the ground with people around it. When questioning the people around it, they said that some or Gramps obviously first, like literally, I was RPing it, like I was screaming, crying, like someone call 911, someone get an ambulance. Why are you guys standing here? Like this is not a show. Someone call. And there were people that were not involved in this scene that were sitting there. That obviously because it's Legion, everybody was there, and then people were like literally like, "What the hell's going on?" Because it literally looked so realistic. And so Gramps finally found out it was a cop that ran a red light and hit the grandson and checked on him, and when he realized that the grandson was dead, drove off so that way he wouldn't get in trouble. So the one of the girls or something was like that was in the scene was doing a video because they were doing a video or something, and they caught the officer's call sign like on the plate because that's what their call signs are. So using that information, we were able to find out who the officer was, and it was, lo and behold, Mr. Whift here. And then the right-hand man, who's a hacker, was able to kind of get into the tracking device of the vehicle and find out where the vehicle was, which happened to be at a mechanic shop because of damage to the front of the hood after hitting the grandson. Gramps and I'll say his name, Johnny, went to the mechanic shop, found the officer there. They asked him what happened to try to start casual conversation. Officer was just talking to him, and then Gramps pulled out a gun, and at which point they took the officer hostage. They took his radios, his weapons, everything off of him. They then downloaded all the. They hacked into the mechanic CCTV camera, so there was no footage of the event that happened. And then they burned the car and blew up the car, burning the tracker and the device and all the cameras and everything. But what they did do was get into the officer's laptop and download all his information and find out everything about the PD that we needed to know, and essentially took the officer to Gramps' house, which is on top of a huge hill, and that has a huge drop. And over there, I made Whift call his. On the way there, we obviously talked to Whift, found out he had 2 kids, and then told him why he was being kidnapped, which is because he killed the grandson. He was trying to be apologetic, and he legit was crying and saying sorry. He didn't mean to. He was afraid he's gonna lose his job. And when we got there, Gramps turned a little dark and made him call his kids via FaceTime, and basically tell them that their father wasn't a hero as a cop, and that he was a failure, and he failed to do what he was supposed to, which was to serve and protect the community because he killed an innocent child. After that, Whift obviously, and then Gramps made him tell his kids that he was not going to be let the kids know that they better listen to their mother because dad wasn't going to come home anymore. We took the thumbnail of the video of that we had of him hitting the grandson, put it around his neck and then like a little necklace as a USB, and then threw him off the edge of the balcony where he fell to his death with the necklace around him. So the PD had 2 choices with a note that said, gave PD 2 choices. Either they can expose him as a corrupt cop with the video that showed him hitting a child, or they can say he died an honorary death. We were going to have it play where they would end up saying that he died an honorable death because they didn't want the PD to get their information leaked that the cop was corrupt, so they wouldn't cause commotion and stuff. So the cops were obviously hiding something. And using his laptop, we had access to all the IA teams that for corrupt cops were in there, and basically we're going to make a list of other corrupt cops and then basically give them justice the same way and find them when they do bad things and record them and then kill them and leave those USBs until the PD finally would release that they were corrupt. So I think that scene was really good. It was a really fun scene. It's really good, and I really want to do it. It's just unfortunately not having Johnny because he was in that first scene really ruins the rest of it. Just because you know, I want him to be involved in it. But if we do it, we may have to reshoot the whole beginning of it. But it'll be fun. It was fun seeing Whiff really went into it. He literally made it very believable. I think everybody did. It literally felt like you were watching a movie. We went into an ML with a bunch of the people that weren't involved in the scenes, and they were like, "Holy crap! Like that was crazy intense." They felt like they were watching a movie. So that would probably be the second best scene that I've done. Actually, that may even be close to first. But
close.
Awesome. I mean, I'm down to reshoot the first scene if you're down.
Possibly, we just gotta find a new hacker.
Yeah, sure. So, out of city question, out of Redline. Now I do know you travel a lot. What is one of the craziest experiences either of you have had, like while traveling?
One for me, when I was little, we used to go to Zakynthos, which is a Greek island. We used to go there a lot when I was little, like family holidays. And it was before it was like a big ravers island. There was like no tourists. It was just Greek places. And we made like friends with Greek people that ran a restaurant there. And they would have the like Romany gypsies would come around selling roses at night. And I used to have really long, really dark hair, and it would go like white at the front in the sun. And they would always follow me. And this one time I was probably about 6, and I got locked in the bathroom with this girl trying to take me. That was quite scary.
Jeez.
That's probably like the only exciting thing that's ever happened in my life, and I don't really remember it because I was so young. I just know my mum's story of how panicked she was. But yeah.
Wow, okay. Well, what about you, Legend?
I don't know. I mean, I really haven't anything crazy experience in terms of like scary or anything like that. I mean,
maybe like exciting experience.
A crazy exciting experience I would definitely say was when I went to Brazil for the festival. That was just insane. Not only do you have like the gorgeous women, obviously in Brazil, to begin with, especially with you know, to begin, but the festival, the experience.
Just be careful
like
what you're saying there, you.
Yeah, the whole town, just being out there, like literally, it was mind-boggling. Like you couldn't see more than like 2 feet in front of you because there were so many faces. Like you literally felt like if you got an aerial view of you and you had like a drone go up and just kept the like camera on you, all you would see is maybe like hundreds of thousands of people around you, and you're like in the middle of that. Like
I could do that.
It was just insane. Right, like it was like one of those things. It was just so insane.
Yeah.
Hello, Kieran. Welcome.
That probably was my most like craziest fun experience.
Yeah,
That's
that is
crazy.
If you have if you were claustrophobic, you probably would have panicked and.
Claustrophobic. I just hate people. That's a lot of people in one place.
Yeah.
100%. I was in a similar situation where I went to Tomorrowland, if you know about it, in Belgium, and that was very, very densely packed. And
couldn't do it.
yeah,
I don't know
although
how
it
you
was
do
a
it.
lot of fun. I mean, yeah, I'm not claustrophobic, I guess.
I just want to say, while you're here, for everybody on my channel, this guy's you've got him to blame for me being here.
Wow. Shouldn't I have accepted you, or did I have denied you?
He's a power-hungry interviewer.
He did make me think I was denied because he did the whole. I'm really sorry, and even Elite was panicking, thinking that I was denied because he was like, "I'm really sorry to let you know that you are going to be around on Redline now." How he reworded it, but for that split second, I was like, "Oh, I failed." But yeah, it's this guy's fault that you've all got to put up with me now.
I mean, I'm glad to see you on Redline. You've seriously been doing very good work for EMS and RP, and yeah, maybe we can do some scenes in the future.
He hasn't said. I don't think I've really seen you around much.
Not nowadays. I mean, finals.
That's why.
No, finals for my masters. So.
Oh, I'll let
finals
you off then.
with what? Your finals in Puerto Rico or whatever, or Colombia or whatever.
No, man. Turkey right now.
I wasn't talking about the state or your country you live in, but okay. I mean, I was talking about something you live in, but not. Okay, never mind.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm kind of slow. Anyways, thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. And
Thank
yeah,
you for coming on.
Yeah. I'll let Blaze ask his infinite number of
Blaze
questions.
is simp. He's not getting in. He needs to change his name. I am Grab's biggest fan.
Oh God, ban him. No simps allowed.
I think I gave him that name actually because he was fucking annoying me or something. Sweet. All right, let's get Blaze in here.
Bye.
All right, sweet lift. Thank you.
See ya. Have a good one.
Happy 13th birthday.
Thank you.
Is it your birthday?
No.
Oh.
Ongoing joke.
Just 1 second. When do you want to eat?
I'm recording now.
Oh, okay, don't worry about it then. I'm doing a live. I was just asking when you want to eat. Thanks. Go on, carry on.
All right,
Sorry.
So I have a few questions, but my first one's going to be for Mr. Talk.
Mhm.
As you know, there are many different people trying to impersonate Gramps. Why do you think your character stands out so much?
Because everybody wants to be me, obviously, clearly. No, I think it's just different. I think it's the fact that here's the thing. A lot of people have seen the success that Gramps has had, and it's very short success. Like, you know what I mean? Like, short success in the terms of like it happened quickly, right?
Yeah.
It went literally. We're talking about what 2 months, and then Gramps was already like very popular. Not even 2 months. I think within the first month, Gramps was popular.
Well, yeah, like if you think in your first
Really,
month,
really
you got your junior, didn't you? In your first month.
My junior, my first full month, and my senior, my second full, and player of the month, that second full month. I think the fact that people see that they're trying to do something unique. Obviously, Kingers brought out Grandma, or the Grandma character, the Grandma version in it. So at least his was.
Is that who plays Grandma?
Kingers, yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's Kingers that plays him. The one who gave you the off-road Camaro.
Mhm.
Yeah. So. At least he tries to do something unique with his. It's different because it's obviously a female version, and to do a female, like, it's hard enough to do a grandpa voice. To try to do a female version of that is even harder. And maybe it's easier. I don't know. It depends. It just depends on how your voice is pitched anyway. Some people obviously have a higher pitch, so maybe it's more natural to go lower, like a grandma voice, than it is to go a grandpa voice, because there is a lot of throat use for a grandpa voice, which really destroys your fucking. Stop laughing. That really destroys, realistically, it really does impact your lungs, your throat. Like it does have an impact on it, to where you do have like, and I think that's why when I went to this wedding after doing Gramps for so long, just screaming a little bit.
Was you doing Gramps at the wedding?
No, I wasn't doing Gramps at the wedding. But it just destroyed my voice because you're cheering, you're having fun, you're getting excited, you're like screaming, you're shouting, and it destroys your voice because you may think that your voice is fine, but your vocal cords might be damaged, and that's why they get more damaged after you do that, because normally they wouldn't. I'm still recovering. It's hard for me to do Gramps' voice right now. It actually hurts a little bit right now. So
do it.
Is that what we're seeing more?
Do
Doc?
it. Do it.
That's why you're seeing more Doc. Yeah. Hey guys, how's it going? See, like that actually hurts, like right here.
You
like
can sound it. It seems more like wavery almost, not as like strong. Yeah.
It's definitely a little bit more difficult and stuff to do right now. Which is why I'm trying to give my voice some rest. That's why you haven't seen Gramps as much, and that's why we're doing the other character and stuff now, which came at a good timing because it allows me to continue resting my voice a little bit to bring Gramps back. Yeah, I mean. The other people that have done it, but you've seen it, Blaze. I think they've done it for a couple days, and they have to change characters.
There was one very recently that I've seen rolling around, but he's not as dedicated in a way.
It's hard to be dedicated. It really is. It's to be committed to that voice is very. Even Alana talked about it. The first time I talked to Alana about it, he's like, "How's your throat not?" I'm like, "Dude, my throat is dying." Like we were.
I sent you that clip of him doing it, didn't I?
Yeah, there's a clip where he does it. He does it now in game too. When he'll come up like Gramps, like. But the first time, I think it was when we were recording Fortnite, when French was sick. I think he had COVID, so Alita had asked me if I wanted to play Fortnite with them, and we were recording Fortnite, and he was saying like, He's like, how's your voice? And I told him, I'm like, dude, I literally have gone through 6 bottles of water. And that was when I was newer doing it, the voice. Obviously, as I kept doing it, I got more used to it, so it got a little bit easier, but it's hard to commit to it. You literally have to be committed to it to do it. And that's why I said, like, and not only that, it's the popularity. When you see someone copying or mimicking a character, right, you get made fun of so much. It happened with Kai Freddy because he looked like Toggle. So the people used to call him Toggle, and you've seen less and less of his character. So it's like, you know, eventually it gets to a point where you have to change your character unless you're doing something unique with it. So Grandma stuck around because it's a female version. You know, Haley does her version of Grandma T, which is a completely different Grandma. You know, it's a hip hop, more young, youthful Grandma. So it sticks, it works, and she only brings her out, you know, once in a while. To do that Grandpa character every day, you'd have to be really devoted, and you have to make it unique. I think at this point to stick, because otherwise you're just going to assume that you're copying the character at this point.
Alrighty, moving on. Second question is for you, Chloe.
Mm-hmm.
When people find out that you are Elite's girlfriend, do you think that they see you differently?
Yes, I get, not so much now. I think I've kind of proven that I'm not going anywhere, but especially like at the start we had that kind of conversation of him being like, am I okay to post you on my socials? Like, are you okay with people knowing who you are and that you exist and stuff? Because, you know, if it all goes south, it's publicly that we've not worked, you know. But yeah, at the start I did have a lot of people that just kind of either wanted to be my best friend because they saw it as a way in, but were very fake people, or they just wanted to hate me and make everybody else hate me because they saw me as almost like competition when there was no competition. I'd already won. So yeah, it did cause a lot of drama. Even now I still get it where people will message me and be like, oh God, I'm really sorry, I judged you based on what other people had told me about you and you're not like that. And I'm like, yeah, well, I'll just sit over here and carry on being nice to people. And it doesn't matter who I'm in a relationship with.
100%.
He's stood here at the door watching me, waiting to hear my answer to that. Come here. We're talking about you.
You're definitely, you guys are so different. Elite's more so, he's more so into what he does. He's a whole different person. You do EMS. You guys are completely different types of people.
Yeah, we are very, very different. In real life, we're not as different. He's just more confident than me. I'm very like socially anxious, don't like to go out in public. He has to like drag me out the house because I'm like, oh, but there's people. But yeah, he's very different. I'm more myself in the game, whereas he's a very different person on Redline than he is in real life.
Agreed.
What a fucking dog.
You look like one.
Wow. Oof.
Yeah, we are having pizza. You can put it in the oven if you want. Alright then, don't. Love you, bye.
Alrighty, moving on to the third question. So this is for both of you. Are you guys happy with your jobs that you do? Are you guys happy with your jobs that you do out of RP?
I mean, I am. I don't know. You can ask her that question because her job's different now. I don't know if any.
I quit. So I was fed up of waiting for Elite to ask me to move in with him. So I just moved myself in with him when he lived at the flat. And then one day he was like, when are you going back to work? And I was like, oh yeah, I quit my job. Did I not tell you? So then he was like, shit, we better get a house sorted then. And now I work for him. So I didn't do that straight away. I worked for a company doing like technology and mobile stuff. And then we sat down and looked at, like, I've always done his social media side of stuff pretty much since we got together. So we kind of sat down, looked at analytics, had a bit of a business meeting, looked at what I do, like building his website, doing his merch, his Discord, all that kind of stuff, looked at what I'd been doing and then evaluated it and kind of looked at the staff he'd already got that he was paying and was like, actually, it makes more sense that I just pay you that money and then it's still like in our house. So yeah, I'm technically his social media manager, although he's kind of pushing me to do my own YouTube. So I've kind of took a step back a little bit from him. But yeah, I'm just a kept woman. I just sit at home, look after 2 dogs, and get my bills paid for me.
I mean, whatever gets done, gets done.
Exactly, right?
Alrighty, Doc. This is for you. This is the final question, and I feel like I know this.
Yes,
is gonna
I do
go.
get paid.
As you know, yesterday, I'm not going to explain who it was, but somebody decided to camp in a bush after burning the PD station down, and then proceeds to pop out and then kill you. Or you see the eyes rolling, and then I proceed to spray
You're talking about
down.
Tesco.
Yeah, yes.
Tesco meal deal. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he proceeds to just
Probably
kill
watching.
you to where we spray him down. What is your opinion on that?
I mean, it is what it is. To be fair, he was in the bush. He came out. He got the better shot on it, and that's what it was. He had the element of surprise, right? I had to go in the bush to look for him.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't see him. He can see me, clearly. So for him, it's easier to know where I'm at. I don't know where he's at. You know, there's 2 bushes, 3 bushes there. So he was able to get out. But here's the thing. He could have shot any of us, right? Here's what would have happened. He would have shot one of us, and then he was going to get gunned down. He knew this. He knew he was going to get gunned down. There's 4 cops surrounding him. He can't shoot 4 people at once. He was going to get gunned down the moment he shot. So he obviously went for the first cop he could possibly get, which I was the closest person there.
100%.
So I mean, do I blame him for it? No, I don't. I mean, I probably would have done the same thing if I was going to go out shooting. Then go for that. You try to get 1 person at least. So I mean, as far as I don't know what caused that scene because I wasn't a part of it, but it was stupid.
I think you live that way. It was.
Was it the whiff killing or whatever?
No, it was actually matter of fact with Ryan Sniggles, where I don't know why, but
silent scopes.
Yeah, silent, and then all of a sudden, just Tesco just appears for no reason out of there. So he just gets brought in, and they decide to like, oh, I'm gonna break him out. In reality, we just transported him straight to the prison, since we're not really going to deal with him getting a hostage or bringing him to the PD station. So we just brought him in where he goes, just try to find us, but we're not there.
Yeah. Did Silent have a radio on him?
I have no idea. That's Jason. Jason's the young.
So my thing would be this: if he had a radio on him and he told him to come there with whatever, then that's fine. If he didn't have a radio on him, then at that point, how did Tesco know he was going to the fucking station? That becomes a little bit of a question. It's a little bit of how Silent used. I don't know if you saw before this whole thing happened. Tesco said something about tweeting, Ryan, where are you at? I saw that tweet.
Mm-hmm.
And then fucking Silent put borrows prison phone and then just sent a tweet instead of calling him. I didn't know prison phones were that high tech that you can tweet people on them now.
Yeah, if you do,
but
check
apparently
out
you can. From what I know, prison phones are on a phone on the wall that you literally can just dial on.
Yeah, it's a dial phone. It's not a physical iPhone.
It's not a tablet. You're not getting it's not computer time. He would have been better off being like, went into computer time or something and then used the computer to tweet. But he decided to use the phone to send a tweet.
100%.
So that obviously there was already, and then my thing is this: if Tesco went there after seeing that he was sent to jail, at that point,
then we would have had a problem.
Right. So,
100%.
Who knows? But as far as what happened and stuff, that's whatever. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I don't go in with the win mentality. I don't care if I get shot, if I lose the suspect. Like, it is what it is. It's what happens. So, like I said, it could have been anybody that would have gotten shot, and then I would have just started shooting. But I'm not going to shoot at somebody that's hiding in a bush, not knowing if they have a gun or not.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I shoot at someone? Plus, we didn't know that there was a fire until after he got killed. So, all he said was something about like he was inside on the 2nd floor. He was tweeting that he was on the 2nd floor, and then
and then he shot
which we knew he wasn't. So we don't know if the fire is real. So therefore, I don't know if he actually has a gun or not. All I know is he has a phone he's tweeting out. So I'm not gonna go there and start shooting at him. And then, like I said, so he gets the element of surprise to just be able to come out and shoot.
Yep.
So, but obviously he was gunned down right after. So,
yep. Well, that's all I have. I appreciate you guys pulling me in.
Thank you for the questions.
Of course.
Have a good one.
I think the media ping calls.
Nice. Oh, it is earlier today, Sunday.
It is. Alrighty, you guys have a great one.
You too. Bye. Yeah, my keyboard's loud because I've got the Roccat and it's a mechanical keyboard, so it's not made for like contenty people. Generally, wouldn't use it. And yes, Doc really is a surgeon.
All right. So, what do we have left?
I think
Callum, Kaden, Johnny. Johnny would be one that hasn't gone yet, and then that guys, this may be it, depending on what your questions are, but we'll see. Let me try to move. Actually, Johnny said he couldn't, so I'm gonna give him the pass, and then give him in here. Johnny, just if you can hear me, Johnny, just leave waiting, and then just join studio directly, so you're able to speak in it.
Somebody just asked me
And
my
then Kaden-
spec.
What's that?
Somebody asked me my spec and I can never remember, so I have it saved on a note on my phone.
3070 Ti, 32 gigs of RAM. What else do people care about nowadays?
No, he didn't do surgery on me yesterday. I mean, like, he's an actual real life surgeon. Like, I don't mean in game, like in real life. That thing that happens outside of a computer. Ryzen 9 5950.
That's what you have. 3070 and then 30.
Hello.
Hey, Johnny.
Hello.
Where are we?
How's it going?
Chilling. First question. How's life? Where are you?
How's life like? Life's good.
It's alright. It's grand. How's your life?
Grand. Decent out. Leaving sort of, so fucking secondary school, the last exam, that shit. Yay.
Very good.
Yeah. Second question. Like, how the fuck do I explain it? Do you, like, enjoy or, like, what you like or hate about, I guess, fame or YouTube or whatever the fuck you would call it, like, famousness, basically?
Being in the public eye.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think the two biggest things for me is people's assumption that they're entitled to something for you. So a lot of people seem to think that because you give them a part of your life that they're entitled to know everything, and people can get quite nasty with it and, you know, be quite demanding with what they want from you. And I think the other part is kind of people's assumptions that they make from you. A lot of people, well, they say things like, "Oh, you're just doing it for the money," and it's like, "Well, it's a job. Like, do any of you go to work for free? Like, you all, you know, you don't go up to Tesco and say to the people in there, you're only here putting food on them shelves for the money." Like, yeah, no shit. So,
I'm sure you never know.
Well, yeah, they might be doing it voluntarily, but yeah. So I think that's probably people's, and it is only a few, but some people do kind of assume that they've got a right to you, and also assumptions that people make about you as well.
Yeah. What are you, ducky boy?
What was the question? Sorry, I was fixing some stuff real quick. I missed it.
What do you like the most and or hate the most about being in the public eye and all that shit?
Being in public eye?
Yeah.
I could care less about it. Honestly, I have nothing to like be shameful for or anything. So I don't know. I just, for me, it's like I said, this is just more fun for me than anything. I do it for, I do it because I enjoy it, and I do it because it's, like I said, it's fun. So I've never really had anything. I mean, there's gonna be people that are gonna be negative. There's gonna be people that are gonna be positive, right? That's just how it goes, and you have to have a thick skin for it. If you don't have a thick skin for it, unfortunately, it's probably not the best thing to do, because there's gonna be negative and there's gonna be positives. It's just that.
I didn't say my one thing I like. I didn't realise that was in it. I think for me, it's the community that it builds. I've not been doing it long at all, and I'm by no stretch of the imagination a big channel, but I've already got kind of, you being one of them, Johnny, like my regular people that are there kind of stream after stream. And kind of the support that you see, you know, there is like some serious chats we have fun, we take the mick out of each other, and, you know, everyone, it's just the kind of atmosphere that it kind of creates. That's the best part for me.
Firstly, pineapple does belong on pizza. Anyone who disagrees, fuck you. Just simple as. And then second one, just what are your thoughts on Maisie's driving? And honestly now, like,
after I've seen what she's seeing, like what she's looking at, and how, and now I know her PC specs, I think she does amazing to be alive at all. So I think she's a really good driver, actually. Let me show you,
it's
right?
the PC spot, by PC spot.
No, look at this,
100%.
right? We did some photos to get some pictures for her thumbnails, okay? So I'll show you. These are, I again don't have like top spec. I mean, I've not got a bad PC, but you can get better. So this is an example. I'll zoom in a little bit, so it's gone a bit blurry, but that's the kind of quality. I don't know if it'll show. Oh, it's gonna look shit, but you know, it looks like an actual photo of a car, right? That's what I took. Right. This, on the other hand, hold up.
Ready for proper Leonardo da Vinci type kind of pictures
This is,
more care.
Maisie's quality.
Oh wow.
So
That's great.
I think she does great to even drive slightly.
She crashes tractors by it doesn't matter what her PC is. She crashes tractors.
Her and her tractor yesterday.
Fuck me.
Bringing out the tractor.
She was literally stood next to me at the airfield, and I reversed and somehow hit her because she just like desynced across the thing. Yeah. But yeah, no, she's all right. Bless her.
Much love, people. See you later, yeah. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. All right, Caden, Callum, I'll get you guys in here. Keep it to a couple questions. Just make sure you guys choose your best ones. And then if anyone in chat has questions, just throw them out there. We'll try to answer them if we haven't already. Before we get to, because it is getting to that time, guys. We're at almost, 2.5 hours, I think, Mark? So,
nearly 3 hours.
Yeah, so we got some recording to do and stuff too, so we want to make sure we get that. But yeah, that's so I'll pull in Caden and then Callum. Like I said, limited to a couple questions that haven't been asked. Everybody else in the chat, if you want to ask anything, just put it in the chat, and if it hasn't been answered, we'll try to get to it.
See, Maisie, I am trying to defend you.
Hi.
Hello.
So I've got a couple of questions about I heard in one of the late streams that you used to live in Barnsley.
Mhm.
Well, I live there anyway. I'm there.
Nice.
I feel sorry for you. You should really consider leaving.
Wow. Leave the kid alone.
Oh no, she's very right.
Yeah.
What is that? Is that what made you leave? Like the quality of the town.
So I was born in between Rotherham and Sheffield was where I lived as a baby, and then moved to Cambridgeshire and then Lincolnshire. So I've actually moved back to Yorkshire from Lincolnshire. And when he was in Barnsley, he had a 1-bedroom flat, which was fine while it was him and the cat. And we didn't have a living room because it all been kind of soundproofed and was where he did recording. So it was just more, I'd already got a dog and our relationship was getting serious, and I moved myself in with him, so we just had to find a house. And I wanted somewhere where we could have a garden and we can walk the dogs without worrying about being stabbed. So yeah, we left Barnsley. We're not that far, we're in West Yorkshire now. It's really about 20 minutes from Barnsley still, but yeah.
I'm guessing it's like Wakefield area then.
Yeah, it falls under Wakefield, near Pontefract.
Wakefield, like near Newmore Dam and that. It's a lot better place. Like the houses are very nice, especially the new one that's being built.
Yeah, well, we're in a little village, so it's nice and quiet here.
Yeah, well, I'm in a little village in Mapwell, and not too much crime goes around. Like
we looked at some properties there.
Yeah, like around here, it's better than town centre.
Yeah, whereas his flat was very town centre, so.
Well, I mean, also I got a question about an hour ago from someone that couldn't join. His mic didn't work. It was called Mr. T, and his question was, "What is your least favourite thing and your most favourite thing in Redline?"
Probably my least favourite thing is admins in terms of activity levels in server. I'm not saying they don't work hard. I don't know, they might be working 24/7 on Redline stuff behind the scenes, but I think to have more of a staff presence on server would be like one of my least dislikes. And then my favourite thing is the people. Hands down the people, yeah. The community, it's fantastic. There's kind of a group that anybody can fit in.
Yeah.
So,
I agree. Community would be number one for me. And yeah, I mean the staff present for sure. And if you are staff, stop having friends.
Yeah. Are you
Favoritism.
both
Huh?
What's that?
staff? Staff, like, are you both staff in Redline?
No.
No.
No, so what we mean by staff is like actually working
Admins.
for Redline. You're
Yeah.
like doing you've got development, you've got admins. I don't know what else because I've never come across them. Interviewers, application reviewers, that kind of stuff.
I do. Well, I mean, technically, I'm an interviewer, so I am whitelist, but
yeah,
I'm not paid for it. I'm not. I mean, I guess theoretically, I'd be considered staff in the sense that I'm doing interviews, but in terms of in-game staff is what I think the.
Might be able to get me in here then. Interview
What's
me.
that?
You might be able to interview me in a couple of years.
Maybe.
Well, when I'm older.
16, make sure you're 16 when you apply, though.
Yeah.
Oh, you'll get perm denied.
Don't even do it. Don't even do it a day earlier. Don't even do it an hour earlier. Wait till you're actually physically 16.
Wait, don't you need an ID as well?
You will once you. Interviewers check the IDs. Application reviewers don't, but interviewers will check your ID. And if you're like me,
I got asked for ID.
I got asked for ID, and I'm older than Alana. So.
Alana?
I am. He just turned 30. I'm 32. I'm turning 33 this year.
He's old.
So, I'm 2.5 years older than him. Hence the character grimps.
I'm going to let another person get in now so they can.
Thank you for your questions.
No worries. Have a good one.
Make sure you subscribe to every single channel. Bye.
Alright, yeah, thank you.
I think somebody's trying to break into my house.
Callum.
Oh.
Hi.
How are you guys again?
Good.
I'm getting earache in this ear actually. I think I need to get some new headphones.
Right. So my question for you guys is, what is your worst experience on a date?
On a what?
On a date.
I'm not even in this question.
He doesn't date. He can't answer
Yeah,
that.
I
He
know.
doesn't date. Do you know what,
Yeah.
right? I've not really been on dates, so...
Well, this was the most pointless question
I'm
I've
really
ever
sorry.
asked. Oh.
Do people even go on dates? Like, is that a thing that people do? Do they not just meet online, hook up, and then they're in a relationship, or they're not? Like, is that not just... I've got to be careful how I word it, haven't I?
Yeah, you're not on the podcast.
I mean, I guess technically you would go. Ideally, you would go on a date with a person before you decide to go into a relationship with them.
Yeah, but
unless
to
it
me,
really
a
is all about the
date-
hookup.
Well, yeah, but to me, a date would be like, you know, they pick you up or you pick them up, whatever. You get dressed up, you go out, you
Like in
don't hook
pajamas,
up.
and then you take them to your families.
That wasn't a date.
Anything like that?
We didn't date. We went from meeting in Hogwarts to being in a relationship, basically. But you know, I don't think people date. They just get into situationships where they're sleeping together, but nobody really knows what to call each other, and that's just the world we're in because the internet's made people accessible. No, because you don't. A lot of people now. Why do they need to put effort into a relationship when they can have 30,000 other people on the end of a phone that they can go meet up and do whatever they want with? So you don't have to make a relationship work. They can just leave.
Exactly.
Unfortunately, the culture we live in is very much everything's disposable, and that includes people and relationships for a lot of people. So, yeah.
Alright, I'll put it to you this way: what like for you, like if you were dating someone, what looks bad and what looks good in your opinion? Like, what is like sketchy, like a red flag for you in a relationship, and what's good?
Someone that speaks negatively of their ex, that's a red flag to me. Like one ex, everybody can have a psycho ex or two, but when it's like every single ex is a psycho, and it's like, are you not just making them psycho? That's a red flag for me. A good thing is how they speak about their family. I'm really, really close to my family. I ring my parents every single day. We take the dogs for a walk, and I spend the whole time on a video call with my mum or my dad, either or both if they're both at home. So I need somebody that understands that and speaks highly of their family.
What about you, Doc? Now, I know you don't really date, but what about you? And be careful how you word. Because remember, you ain't on the podcast channel.
A good date. I mean, I'm not monetized on this channel at all either, so fuck. A good date is.
Don't do this to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Good date. I don't know.
It starts with she pays and ends with I can't even finish it. I was going to say something and I was like, oh no, actually.
Yeah, that's I words this one.
It ends with he sends me a picture and says, if I die, this is who killed me and I don't know where I am.
You did that once, didn't you?
I think more than once. But
yeah.
Yeah, more than once. I don't know. Obviously, I don't do relationships, so for me, it's very difficult to kind of pinpoint. But I guess if I was looking for a relationship, I mean, the biggest red flag, I guess, would be kind of like what you said, just knowing their previous relationships and what caused it to end. Because I think you can analyze when someone says, obviously, if someone tries to make them look like the victim in every relationship, then you know that they're the actual culprit of every relationship, because there's no such thing as a victim. I can understand being a victim in a lot, but if there's not a lot of mutual breakups, there was like, if someone says, hey, we mutually broke up because it didn't work, okay, that's reasonable. That's more realistic. Or if it's always, he cheated on me, he always cheated on me, he cheated on me. Okay, well, what do you fucking find the fucking one person? Like, you're the
common denominator here, yeah.
So why do you even look for a relationship at this point? You know I'm going to cheat on you, so let's just fucking be over with it. Like, so, it's like, it's one of those things. It's like, you have to be very realistic with it. In terms of a good date, I don't know.
If you everybody you know and love and yourself are gonna, bad stuff's gonna happen, you've got to get in a relationship with somebody, what would be like the main positive you'd look for?
Probably their genuineness. I can't do fake people. And it's not something that you may realize on the first date, because you really don't. Our first date is like an interview. It's essentially like an interview. You go in there with your best behavior, your best thing. It's when you start getting into that relationship is when you get to realize who this person is.
You can fake who you are for an hour.
Exactly. So you start getting more comfortable. And if I find someone that like talks shit about people behind their backs, or they're like always gossipy and stuff, they're not genuine. Like, to me, that's not like a genuine person. But yeah, I think that for me would be like I'm not interested.
Yeah,
because I don't like the drama portion stuff. So someone that likes to get, like, I know you do, and someone that
I'm saying you do. You're a drama king.
I am not a drama king. I literally I'm not. I freaking hate drama. It's annoying.
Just gonna mute it so he can't hear me chat, but he is a drama king. He's the
and you're sitting here muted.
Drama in the world.
Chat right now. You do realize I can hear about. Exactly. Yeah, no. For me, I just prefer no strings attached type stuff. But
yeah.
Realistically,
as long as everybody involved knows that it's no string, then I don't see there's any harm in that. It's only if people are led on, and it's like, oh, I'm just not ready for a relationship right now, and it's like, just be honest and say you don't want one. There's nothing wrong with that. But yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Are you needing some relationship advice, Callum?
No, I just thought that'd be a good question to ask.
It was. I liked it. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We've got Zebranator. Why did I find that so hard to say? Zebranator in chat. It was just celebrated 25 years last week with their wife. That's insane.
Congratulations.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Congratulations.
That's nearly my whole life.
I'm hoping you're older than me.
Me too. That's awesome. Happy anniversary, guys.
It's the silver, right? 25 is silver, 50 is gold.
No idea. It's really hurting my ear. It's causing, like, I don't know, like all around here hurts.
You get headphones that you just like because of the way they look.
Hey, these were My first ever present from... No, they weren't. I can't tell you what my first ever... These were a present from Elite.
Now I need to know.
I think you do. We'll talk about it later, but I'm pretty sure you do
I'm
know.
probably sure I do. Oh, yeah. Maybe. Anyway. All right, sweet. Anybody else got any questions?
Any questions? Any questions? We're talking about friends and benefits in my channel. Getting into a relationship, it's just so complicated.
I have your channel up on the phone.
Oh, look at you.
Farm views, bro. I'm 18. Give me the deets. That's not how that works.
Yeah, no. YouTube don't view it like that, unfortunately. No, it doesn't squash. It's like, so if I lay on this ear when I go to sleep, my actual ear hurts, not inside, like the actual... I've only got a little ear, but this bit hurts. And it's started to do the same when I wear my headphones. And I've been to doctors about it so many times, and they're like, there's nothing wrong. I'm like, well, there is, because it's not always hurt. But yeah.
Maisie's asking if she's joining EMS. Didn't you join? Weren't you in EMS and then left EMS to join PD?
Yeah, but now she
And
knows
you
that
still haven't
PD's shit.
finished PD?
PD's shit. Join EMS, it's so much fun. I really want to do a Twisted Ambulance thing now.
I mean, EMS is pretty shit too. I mean, it depends on who's on EMS.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
be
the same
honest,
with the whole
otherwise they're
server, though,
just
isn't
sitting
it? Just sat in Legion doing nothing.
Right. Then go back. Nolan, if you're watching this, Maisie wants to come back.
She is doing nothing.
Make sure you tell her that this time if she leaves, then she can't come back at all.
I need a haircut. I might do a live stream cutting my own hair. I'm joking. We'll dye it instead.
Maisie gonna kill people instead of saving lives.
Literally just crashing into everybody.
Oh, James asked, how did you two start a channel together?
So, it started off with it was going to be two girls, one doc. She's got to wait 2 months. That would make sense. It started off as 2 girls, 1 doc, so it was going to be me, Lauren, and Doc, and we started off just by the fact that we were on at the same times and just got on like as friends, and we would just sit and banter and chat about crap all night. And then people would like join our calls but be muted and just were like, this is hilarious to listen to. And we think we're quite funny, so... And I've always wanted to do a podcast because I like talking. As you'll know if you're in any of my other streams ever, I just talk 24/7. So yeah. We're just IRL best friends. And he's going to come to England and come and stay with us. And then we're going to do a podcast, but he'll be sat here. Actually, this is like a 2-seater sofa thing. So we can be sat there. And it reclines. It's like a cinema chair thing. So we can just sit there and do a live stream.
Perfect. I'll bring my mic in the audio interface so we can have 2 mics and audio interfaces.
Yeah.
And just do it set up.
Yeah. Well, cool.
Beautiful.
Stops people department hopping. Yeah, that's what she needs now. Just sort her out. She should never have left EMS in the first place. And this is what you have to deal with now.
Nolan, can you give me my call sign that I asked for? If you give me my call sign, I'll join EMS. I'm calling it. I told you I'll do it right now. I set it on the podcast.
Then we could do the thing that I said. I could bring people to you and you could cut them up and sell their organs.
Nah, I don't think we can because you can't get in department involvation or something like that. That's why I couldn't do it right along as Gramps. I don't know. Nolan would be the one to know that. Yeah, I know. But yeah, Nolan, if you can give me my call sign.
I could get a LANup to want to do it and then we can do it.
It was recently reassigned. Wow. Nobody wants me in their departments. Oh well.
Who's got 69?
Sean Draco.
I've said you could be 169. Or 691.
No. It's not the same. It's not the same.
Well, 691, you've got somebody watching. Or 1.
Alright, fuck it. Gramps is out. Gramps is back. Gramps is gonna get revenge for his grandson. Grandson's gonna die. I'm gonna kill off my grandson character. And then Gramps is gonna go around shooting all of EMS and PD. There it is. You're hearing it now.
You don't touch EMS.
I'm touching EMS and PD.
You don't touch EMS.
Calling out the tag meds. I ain't scared. Let's do it. Tag meds, we're doing it. Coming in a fucking So I'm gonna get myself banned. I'm gonna go get a jet and just come flying in and just start throwing missiles at the fucking PD station in the hospital.
Cause something to happen at the hospital, so the whole of PD are there, then just blow up the hospital and be like, oh, well, that's that done. TAC meds will be waiting. Oh, there's a war.
I don't even want to ride with you in Red M anymore. I don't want to rob stores with you anymore.
Oh, God. Just ask Maze about the TAC meds.
I know attack meds. I was there in the purge and stuff when you guys were doing your attack meds. It's okay. Gramps, it's Gramps at the end of the day.
Apparently 69 is not Draco. Who is it?
Pretty sure it's Draco.
No, Nolan says it's not. Let me have a look.
Oh no, it was some other kid. Some other kid that was with Draco that told me it was him. I don't remember.
Oh, and of course they're not online, so I can't.
It might be the newer person.
Whoever it is, they're not online.
Flint King. Oh, I'll tell him to change his number. He'll change his number. If it's Flint, I'll get him to change his number.
Yeah, it is. Who was doing... There was somebody doing their training yesterday and their character wears little glasses. They were really good. I don't know who they were, but they were quite good. Not good at driving. They did crash the ambulance, but they were good.
Blame Bass. I'll blame Bass for everything. I would blame Bass too.
Right, guys. I need to go cook tea.
I need to go eat.
Yeah, me too.
Record. I need to record too.
Yeah.
After they're done.
Mm.
Because otherwise we're not going to have any...
We're not going to be able to do anything.
Yeah. But, sweet. Anybody... Alright, so that's it? Questions are good?
There's nobody waiting anywhere? Yeah, I think that's it.
Sweet.
Sweet.
Alright. Well, thank you guys again.
Yes,
thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Make sure you guys go check out the podcast channel one last time. I'll put it in here for you. Or not one last time. Well, yeah. For today, one last time.
Yes, because that's where we're going to be. So what we're going to start doing, a new series. We are going to, it's just going to be us two chattering away, but we'll have like set themes and topics every week. And then we'll do something like once a month, we'll have a guest on. We've still got so many applications to go through, but it's really hard to make everyone's schedules meet. So yeah, we're going to focus it more on just being us two, and obviously Beckham, our producer too. And then we'll be more selective with guests, try and get some different communities involved.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But
so thank you.
Sweet. Who's on top? That's Chloe. Make sure you go check out her channel too.
Who's on top of what?
I think he's like, because you're in my screen, you're on top of in like the video.
I'm next to you on mine.
It's because I don't have mine full screen because of the sidebar. Because of when I was dragging people, that's why. So there's not enough space to make it side by side.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's Chloe, aka Space Girl. So make sure you go see her channel too. Spam that a little bit. There you go. Make sure you go check out that channel as well if you haven't. Make sure you go like, subscribe, and then join our Discord as well, which you can spam that too, right? Discord.
Do you know what? Right? Should we raid Lemon? Oh, that's not good. Sorry, guys. Just started playing an advert in the background. Pretty sure I'm gonna get copyright for that. Love that. Yeah, he's live right now. Guys,
Sweet.
Thank you very much.
Let's get everybody going there and have them do a sweet and spicy raid.
Yeah, go to Lemon. Let him know that Chloe and Doc or Gramps have sent you from Sweet and Spicy. I've spammed that so much now. You've also got Gramps' channel in there before to go and sub to. And I'll catch you all later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.